Floyd and he was me,
Yeah.
he wouldn't never have to fight again because that exhibition shit,
Yeah.
as me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well, I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Right.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme's sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
In the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Jusdueboxing, the best boxing talk on YouTube.
Jusdueboxing in the building, 4 o'clock shorty, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's going to be live today at 4 o'clock, man. And he's going to be spewing some good stuff as he always do with an unbiased approach, man. He's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Jusdueboxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Jusdueboxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am definitely biased when I talk about boxing. So
as always, we got to shout out everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to my brother Jusdu. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Just, man. Just doing a hell of a job over there. Had a great interview today. The brother, and I say it respectfully, one of the most non-biased individuals that I've ever heard speak on the sport of boxing. And I got a lot of love and respect for my brother Just, man. And right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Jusdu, man. Much.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the fam. How y'all feeling on this Good Friday the 13th? For all my superstitious folks out there. How y'all feeling though, man? We back to build on this boxing. We always do. We're going to talk about it, man. We're going to talk about it, man. My guy Boots sound like he going up, man. Moving on up. How y'all feeling today, man, on this beautiful Friday afternoon, man? It's a nice day out. Perfect day to talk some boxing. Where we at on the likes? I know we getting closer to the million. Shade with peace to the queen. How you feeling today? Jordan, my guy. Banks, what up, homie? How you feeling? Randall, what it do? BJ in the building. Dank, what's good, homie? How you feeling? What's good with you, man? How y'all feeling, man? We're going to talk about it, man. We got to talk about my boy Boots, man. Eddie Hearn, man. Eddie Hearn was looking like a damn hostage in that video, too. His ass was looking like a hostage, man. But this news about him going to 54 don't surprise me at all. Shit, low key, Eddie Hearn probably breathing a sigh of relief because it allows him more options. If you look at it, I don't think Conor Ben was going to ever get in there with Boots, and his chances of getting a title and snatching up titles was going to be significantly harder as long as Boots was down there, chasing undisputed. So I feel like with Boots going up to 54, that just opens 47 up for another Eddie Hearn guy and Conor Ben. And look, I don't think he cared about Boots being undisputed at 47. I mean, he ain't go out of his way, it seemed like, to make sure it happened. So, and the reason I say that, because you heard so many interviews where he kept mentioning 54 when Boots was talking 47. And that to me, that was intent. It was like he already been flirting with the idea. Eddie Hearn just felt like, man, maybe if I give him that little nudge, if I just keep talking about it in the media, maybe he'll just do it. And then today, man, I see this interview the other day, and Eddie Hearn was talking about him moving up to 54 and who he could fight up there. We got to talk about it, man, because look, it could be good for boxing at the end of the day. If they wasn't gonna make Brian Norman fight, Barrios, whatever the case, and they both got fights lined up. Boots rarely speaks, but he did make a statement, and he put on his Instagram, man. He said 2 things I ain't doing: hating on nobody and waiting on nobody. And to me, that's like, that's just being kind of direct if you think about it. You know what I mean? I ain't doing no hating, but I ain't waiting. So when I see this, it makes me think of, you got Brian Norman and Barrios. You would think that whenever you get a title, your team and that fighter, that the next goal is unifications, but instead guys are taking other fights. So I think Boots is looking at it like, who the hell am I gonna fight? They keep talking about this Teofimo shit, Brian Norman fighting somebody else, Barrios fighting somebody else. And I just probably felt like the best, he had 2 options after that, or 3 really. You could sit there and wait for their fights to finish and try to make a fight with one of the 2 remaining champions. Get what I'm saying? You could entertain Teofimo, or you could move up to 54 and go be great up there anyway. So, I guess he chose the latter. You know what I mean? Thrill Hill, shout out to Thrill. A1 Hoop Zone was good with it, bro. And Jordan was good, said Jay Prince said. Yeah, 147 open wide up. Norman versus Barrios undisputed this year. Next year, it'll be crazy. I mean, number 1 in the WBC and number 2 in the WBA. Disappointing that he couldn't accomplish his goal of 47. Yeah, it's a little underwhelming, to say the least, because he sacrificed for it. And if it was just up to him, if it was as simple as guys saying yes and getting in there, then he'd get these fights. But when you're a guy that already, you've been at the weight for how long? About 10 years or so. How many years? I mean, not 10 years. How many years you've been making this weight? So your whole career. So it's not a surprise that it's time for you to move up. Look, Crawford moved up, EJ moved up, Virgil moved up. People move up all the time. It's just a part of boxing. So I just guess you stuck between a rock and a hard place, because you don't want to sit around and really wait for one of those fights to be done. And then you got to hope that everything goes according to plan and you able to get one of them guys in there. It's a risk. So maybe he seen fit that, it was time to say the hell with it. It's time to go up, man. Big Soldier was good with it. Putting Devin Haney to number 1 in the WBC, all I do is put pressure on him to have to fight somebody, another top fighter. That's all. It's sink or swim, and I hope he swim. I'm rooting for Dev. I still am. WBA gonna have somebody see him, Barrios or Rolly, somebody. It's gonna be a good fight. So I'm gonna pull this interview up from Eddie Hearn, where he was talking about it, looking like a damn hostage up there. I'll say he's smart if he works out for him, listen to his body and not chase undisputed. As bad as EJ. Yeah, and we saw how that did. Yeah. You get what I'm saying, A1? That make a lot of sense, bro. You get what I'm saying? And Boots don't do so much talking on social media. So I know he probably got time to sit and really think things through and make the best decision. That's why I've always said, for me, I want to see him achieve whatever it is he want to do. Like, you want to stick around 47, chase some fights, I'm with it, but not to your own detriment, right? If you fighting against the clock just to do it, what's the point, right? Because you might not even reach the goal at the end of the day. You would think people be knocking down the door. You got 2 belts. Nah, dudes rather. Barrios like, nah, I take Pacquiao, and then Norman got Sensaki. So it is what it is. It's time. Maybe this was the best thing for him, you know what I mean, in the long run, because you spend so much time at this work. Could we expect, right? So it is what it is. Let's get to it, though. Let's get to it. Because Boosie talked about this too, man. Boosie mentioned this weight situation as well. Hold on, we're going to get to it. Donovan and Cracker for the IBF. Yeah. Boots time to be champion at 54 and 60 simultaneously. I'm telling you, Boots could do something special, man. I just hope he able to do it. Hope he able to get the right fights to move the needle for him. Let's listen to what Boosie said before I play this Eddie Hearn clip.
We're here for your man, Andy Cruz.
Yes,
We've just heard that it's going to be for the final eliminator.
Yes.
For the world title. What does this mean to you and Andy Cruz in the journey? Because this is quite quick for someone to be fighting this soon for a world title eliminator.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing, man. To have him in that position.
Andy Cruz
at
in the
this
mix.
time, you know what I mean? And it's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be a great fight, man. You know what I mean? But we gonna be victorious.
Boosie, there's been a lot of talk about Andy Cruz and Keyashan Davis, and I interviewed Andy. He spoke about everything that happened last week with Keyashan from a trainer's perspective and more importantly from a father's perspective, how you treat Boots.
Right.
How do you look at Keyashan and everything that happened last weekend? Do you think he needs an arm around the shoulder and maybe someone in his ear that has a bit of experience in the sport to guide him the right way?
Well, I think Bomac and Crawford does a great thing with Keyashan. But I don't know who else is in his ear. You know, it might be somebody else in his ear. But I think that situation that happened shouldn't never happen. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, it was because he didn't make the weight or didn't try to make the weight. And he felt some kind of way because that was D'Alessandro didn't want to fight him, just got paid. So all that probably was building up in his head. And then his brother lose the fight.
Dude, big
So all
dog
that
Willie, my
played
God.
some kind of a role with that.
Do you look at Andy now and say, yes, we're very early on in his pro career, but he's ready to step in with Keyashan Davis at a pro level next?
Well, right now, Andy's ready to step in there with any one of them right now.
You fancy him against all the big names at that weight?
Oh yeah, we ready to fight any one of them, any one of the big names.
Is it fair to say, Boosie, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, that we won't see the best Andy Cruz
Boosie.
until he's in there with someone of his level?
That's what everybody say though, but we gonna keep on moving, man. You know what I mean? Whoever they put in front of us, that's who we gonna take. You know what I mean? But I agree with you on that because just like with Boots, you know what I mean? I'm just bringing it up. Somebody got to be on a real high level to bring that out of him. You saw a little bit when he fought Stanionis. Nobody never did that to Stanionis. He never quit, never got knocked down. You know what I mean? That's because he was another level up, you know?
Speaking about Boots, before I let you go, Eddie told me in an interview today that he's going to relinquish his titles at 147. The plan is to move up to 154. Eddie wants him to fight in Philadelphia in August or September, maybe against the Bohachuk. Is that a fight that you like? And is this move from 147 needed from Boots at this stage of his career?
Well, you know, him and Eddie have been talking, you know what I mean? Just like we've been talking, you know what I mean? It's up to Boots, you know what I mean? But I think Boots held that 147 for 10 years, man. So, you know, Boots is still growing. So I'll let you go on that. He's still
You see him every day in the gym, though, and as his father, and not just his father, as his mentor,
Right.
as his coach, you look at his body now and say, you know what, Boots, we have to move from 147 because it's becoming dangerous. And Eddie said, like, at some point, you know, you could end up, unfortunately, getting beat by maybe a Teofimo at 147 because you struggle at the weight.
But beaten by Teofimo, no. None of them
Well,
guys.
Eddie's point
But
was...
I understand what you're saying about the weight.
Yeah, talk.
The weight thing could be a problem.
Boosie ain't
at
going for that
time, you know what I
shit.
mean? But
Because a lot of people are saying that he turned down Teofimo, which Eddie ridiculed and said he never once turned down a fight against Teofimo.
Boots never turned down a fight against no one. You know what I mean? Just like I said, people be putting us up on the posters, and you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. And we don't know nothing about. Oh, he fighting Ortiz. Well, we've been trying to fight Ortiz at 147, and they never took the fight. You know what I mean? So what is they talking about? We never ducked nobody. You know what I mean?
In terms of the move to
Talk to him,
154,
Boosie.
Eddie said, he sees
Boosie
Boots
ain't
actually
gone.
moving up 160, 168 even. He said he can see that. Can you also see that?
I can see that. I can see Boots stopping at 160 or maybe 168. I can see that.
When you look at the names throughout the years, and we talk about someone like Terence Crawford who's fighting Canelo, is that a fight that Boots goes, you know what, in the next 12 months, I want to fight Terence after he fights Canelo?
No. Terence already made the statement. Terence getting them big fights like that and moving on out. He's not going to be there. Terence ain't going to be there. You know what I mean? Terence doing what he's supposed to do. You know what I mean? Make the money and get out.
Right,
You
Boosie.
like the Bolichick fight for Boots
I'm
next?
asking questions, bro.
Philadelphia homecoming again?
I like Bolichick, whoever, when it come down with Boots. But that's a good guy to fight because what you call him 40 and beat him. I forgot what you call him name. Was it Ortiz?
Oh, yeah, Virgil Ortiz fought him.
Well, I think Ortiz fought him and beat him. Yeah, I mean, that's a good
And
fight.
eventually, then it's a crossroads between Boots and Virgil Ortiz down the line?
Yeah, but that's another good fight down the line. You know what I mean? But right now, you know what I mean, we test the waters if we move up. That's if we move up. Test the waters with a guy like him, a good fighter like him, Bolichick.
Well, Boosie, last one from me. What do you expect to see from Tank Davis when he gets back in the ring with Lamont Roach in this rematch? Do you think we're going to see an improvement?
Yeah, and we don't care about that. I just wanted to hear him speak about the weight situation as well. Shout out to Big Dog Willie, always supporting the grind. He said, breaking news, Rock versus Tank in Americana handicap match, barbed wire cage match, hair grease will be banned, but still chair form objects are allowed. Facts. Big Dog, you was terror, bro. Shout out to my homie, man. Appreciate it. You a fool, man. Dante, what it do, man? Talise. Tay, the real queen of MMA combat. How you feeling, queen? Bruce is well too. Super, and you can go up and challenge your Ennis immediately in the WA, but then coming back. That's a fat cat sports, the box story. And what it do, homie? Average summon, what it do, man? Cornelius was good player. Yeah, man. So listen, let's talk about it because you heard what he said at the end of the day. It sounded like even they thinking about considering testing the waters. You see what Boots said. He ain't hating, he ain't waiting. So that means I know I'm not waiting. To me, I'm going to tell you what it means to me. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but when I see him make a post like this, because he a man in few words, he do all his talking in the ring, and he beat ass. But when he say something, it really has meaning to it to me. So you already know he ain't hating on nothing or nobody, but waiting means to me, Brian Norman got to fight. I ain't waiting on that. Barrios got to fight with Pacquiao. I ain't waiting on that. Might be going up. That's what that sound like to me. Then you heard a number of different times Eddie Hearn mentioned 54. Whether Boots is talking 47 or not, Eddie Hearn kept saying possibility 54, 54, 54. So maybe that's why he was saying it, because he knew the reality of it happening was real. You know what I'm saying? It was gonna really happen. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Because then when you look to weigh your options, what do? Waiting around is risky. You did negotiate with one guy once and it didn't work out right. You could be looking at that like you can't be too sure that that's going to work out. And then the same thing with Barrios. You ain't had no conversation with him and his team. So are they likely to take that fight? You just never know what's going to happen. So it's like he had to get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Get up out of there. You know what I mean? My guy Boots said, the hell with it. Everything healthy. What it do, fam? AD Solo in the building. Yo, he be on their ass. Big Bob Gun in the building. What's good, fam? Ortiz super fans, Boots ducking now. Yeah, they about to get all their asses. Lowest 45 hundo in the building. Shout out to my homie Mike Mazak, man. Always supporting the grind, man. Appreciate you, bro. Much love, my guy in the Cash App said. Always on point, man. Appreciate you. Shout out to my homie Mike. Appreciate that love, homie. We gonna keep building, man. Just only gonna get fun. And I ain't bummed out. It's like, yeah, okay. Part of you wanna see him, you know, chase his goal and be undisputed, but to what cost, right? And you don't want to see him sitting around being idle, having to sit around and hear stuff like Teofimo keep clout chasing him. At least if you go up to 54, you got real smoke up there. It's real matchups. You got that Virgil Ortiz. You got the likes of Boachuk, the Madrimals. Those guys that are up there. It's real smoke up there. And then maybe that'll kill that clout chasing. Maybe Teofimo will stop speaking on Boots every 5 seconds. Every other interview. Maybe they'll stop speaking about Boots. Shit ain't the end of the world, man. And then 47 opens back up to me. And now you got a dangerous young Brian Norman down there, man. Could he take advantage of the openings out there? You get what I'm saying? Could they take advantage? You know I rock with Team Norman. Could they take advantage, bro?
His sons, both of his sons, 2 of his sons fought at the same time I fought. Okay? His sons did become world champions. So that means he had a chance to become a world champion. But guess what I did my first time of raising my son into a fight? He became a world champion.
First time.
The first time in 6 years.
Yeah. Also, wait, because also even the criticism, people try to downplay who I am and my skill set and things of that nature. I just want to say 2 things. First thing first, I'm still undefeated. I just want y'all to realize that. I'm the youngest world champion right now in boxing. Think about that for a second. So you got that aspect to it. Also, even still, y'all see I'm getting
talk that shit, B Norman.
Every fight.
Talk to him. Man, I'm rooting for boxing. I'm rooting for these dogs, man. Shout out to Brian Norman, Sr. and Jr., man. Talk that shit. Y'all try to downplay the skill set. I'm still undefeated, man. Check the records. And while you at it, pay attention to the performances because they are getting better and better. They are. He ain't lying. And he only got room to grow because he's young as hell. Let's go, man. Shout out to Norman, man. It's unfortunate we probably ain't going to get the Boots and Norman. That was the best fight at welterweight, I believe. It is what it is. But there are even better fights at 54, respectfully, because Ortiz is seasoned, established right now. He go up there at Boachuk. That's a dog fight. Madrimov, as tricky as they come, it's really good fights up there for him. So I ain't tripping, man. I want to see the best fights possible for Boots Ennis, man. They might be up there at 54 for him. Mike Ryan, what it do, homie? Boy, what's good with it though? Normans were coming to the table. That's the thing. They can't come to the table if the fighter moves up. You get what I'm saying? Teach what it do, homie. No problem. Just record, watch the 2 versus Joey Spencer. And it ain't finna change. Nah, it ain't gonna change nothing. Core about to handle business, Kevin. Crucial content. Let's Boots get up with Teixeira. Good fight. Ace, what it do, family? All love. Drew Division in the building. This was a good interview. Yeah, man. Shout out to the Normans, man. Sunshine, what it do? Javi was good with it. Alphabet Boxing. Roja was good. So the youngest world champion right now, he is, and they can't take it from him. They can't take it from the youngest, man. And he's still working, still putting in work, still learning. The performance was getting better. And that's what it is. That's what you want to see, man. That's what you want to see. But let's get to Edward. Let's get to Edward Hearn that was sitting up there looking like a hostage. You know what I'm saying? It's looking like a hostage. So, yeah, man, you can't come to the table if a guy decides to move up. But if he was still there, I'm pretty sure that'll be his main focus is to get the next champion in there. But he sat around and waited, man. So I ain't going to trip on Boots. I see people, he couldn't have waited a week. He couldn't have waited. Not, man. The man said he ain't waiting on nobody. I mean, this is these fighters' careers that we be talking about. These dudes ain't about to be sitting around idle, waiting on nothing or nobody to make no fights. And McQueen, what it do? The professor. Y'all hit that like button for your boy, man. Support the grind. We is going to build. We're going to have some fun, man. You know? Roll it.
Freaking Kid KG back with the one and only Eddie Hearn. Eddie, as always, thank you for your time. Appreciate you.
Hold on, y'all. Let me take this off. Shout out to Boots, man. I can't wait to see him back in the ring. Somebody gonna pay. Mr. Catch a Body, take his talents to 54. It's trouble. It's gonna be troubles. It's gonna be troubles. Jay Grant, what it do? You know that's what they're gonna say. Broly about to be a 2-division champ. They already call him a 3-division champ. Teach, you ain't heard? The Catch 54, if he handles his business. Yeah, man. Yeah, he is. He young enough to catch up, but he got work to do. I think he could do something special at 47 if that lane open up without Boots there.
Man. Let's get into it, Eddie. I mean, hot topic. You know, I heard you talking about it a little bit. I wanted to get your, and maybe you've been asked this way, but I wanted to get your thoughts from this perspective. As a promoter, how would you have felt about what happened last week with Keyashan?
You know, I think it's a difficult sport. Making weight is difficult, but obviously when something happens like that, at that point it's about damage limitation for your client, right? So you need someone to put the arm around him and say, listen, this is not a good look. And I think one of the problems was the reaction from Keyashan about me.
And real quick, hey Roger, he had got him up out of there because he pretty much, from what it reads, reading the article, he didn't agree with being pulled out of the fight. And for me, I do a little bit of math. I pay attention to the full story. Do you remember when they was first putting the fight together and they was saying Eben wasn't taking the fight, but it wasn't true. It was because of the money was funny. They told him it was $225K, I think the offer was, or 175. They told him it was, and it was really 400. They was shorting this dude like over, you know what I mean? Hundreds of thousands of dollars. So you got to think about that. They did initially get the money right, but the fact that he was even told one thing and it was another was a red flag probably for him. And then he been out for this long. He killed himself to make this weight. He don't give a damn as a fighter. He don't give a damn with Keyashan overweight. In his mind, he's still gonna beat his ass. Remember, he said this just motivate him more. This just adds more fuel to the fire. And then later on, after that, the fight got canceled. So with Samson pulling him out, even though he was supposed to have got his full purse, it was reports saying that he didn't get paid from Top Rank yet. And I seen Dan Rayfield report that Top Rank wasn't obligated to pay him X amount of money. It was something. So I'm probably thinking that was a little messy too. So you got to think, all in all, his money situation probably wasn't satisfied the way he wanted it to be. And then you pulled him out of the fight that he would have took. So he probably say, hey, man, they saying they amicably parted ways, meaning you basically they, you know, mutually agreed to part ways. But you know what that is, man. If he parted ways, that had to be Edwin, like, hey, man, get this guy the hell up out of here. You get what I'm saying? My BM asked me about missing child support paper. Told his Samson took, he's stupid. Uncle Samson. Y'all hit that like, bro, we gonna keep building.
About really the feeling of, you know, devastation, if you like, about what had happened. I mean, basically, he'd lost his championship on the scales, a world championship that he'd dreamed about winning, and he'd missed the weight by, what, 4.5 pounds. So it wasn't close. He didn't look like, I mean, I love Bob Arum, because Bob won't even back his fighters. He'll just turn the screw on them, but he'll give it to you real. Do you know what I mean? You won't really hear me saying that, because I'm always going to stand by you. I'm always going to have your back, right or wrong. Now, to your face,
cool. It was good, bro.
It might be a different conversation, but we're united. Do you know what I'm saying? And Bob came out and went, oh, he didn't look bothered. That terrible look. What was he doing? He's, you know, and I respect that.
Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, he know he made a mistake. He messed up. Ain't no getting around that. You screwed up big time. Hella overweight. Whether it was intentional or not, it was miscalculated. Big mistake on your part. Missed opportunity. $1 million bag. Title defense. You know what I mean? Soiled your weekend and your reputation for the moment. But it's all good. It's all about the get back. That man will be, he will have the opportunity to get back. It's then pride what it do. So let's keep rolling, man. And Bob do give it to you straight. He said, look, man, he cost us money. He burnt us, man. He cost us some money for the weekend. And rightfully so, thousands of people asked for tickets back. So, I mean, for money back, refunds and shit. So that's never a good thing. So Keyashan got some making up to do. And I know he knew that. Good, whether he like it or not, he know he got some making up to do.
As well, but it's not necessarily the strategy that I would take. But what I would take is I would put my arm around the kid and say, listen, we need to do an interview. We need to make a statement, but we've got to talk about what's happened. You can't be laughing. And when you come to the show, you can't be stuffing your face with food, having a laugh and fighting backstage and all that. Like, it just goes from bad to worse. But I don't know if that even happened, you know. Also, you have to take a lot of the responsibility yourself. You're your own man. And, you know, Keyashan is a young man. Everybody makes mistakes. But his star was rising, you know, and it's come crashing down. But that's all right. It's life. He's a good man. He's a great fighter. I'm sure he'll be back. But right now, everyone's going to be wanting to put the knife in, and it'll be a rough ride for him over the next few months. And it's whether he's strong enough emotionally and mentally to deal with that criticism that's inevitable.
Yeah, and you know, it's inevitable. Keyashan gonna have to deal with the criticism. We know that. He's gonna have to weather that storm and come out punching and beat somebody's ass. And then that'll quiet up the noise. And then from there, you continue to win, just like you've been doing. Business as usual. Don't shit change, man. You're allowed to make mistakes, even more than one. Shit, you're allowed to make more than one mistake. You get what I'm saying? It's just as long as you're able to learn as you go and don't do anything that's detrimental to the entirety of your career, right? But yeah, definitely. I want to see Edwin active too, bro. I really wanted to see him in this fight. And I think he really wanted to be in this fight, which probably, again, Roger led to him parting ways. He like, bro, I wanted this fight, whether he's overweight or not.
Yeah, and I guess what I'm asking is, if he were signed to you, if you had a fighter who lost the belt on the scale, unfortunately.
He's saying Jay Prince, they saying he might have some dealings with Jay Prince. He might be getting being some type of management deal with Jay Prince, Edwin De Los Santos. I've seen that too.
Unfortunately, you had return tickets because of it, and then had an incident like the one he had. Is this something he can bounce back from with that promoter, or do you think it's over?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, look, you can bounce back from anything. I mean, like that, people have bounced back from a lot worse than what happened to Keyashan.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would be doing if he was my fighter is I would be grabbing him gently on the shoulder and saying, what the fuck are you doing? And I would be telling him at the show but I would have dealt with it before then. Do you know what I mean? Because I would have had those conversations with him and we would have experienced that moment together and dealt with the incident together and moved forward together, But it's not something, if he's my fighter, it's not something where I'm criticising him publicly. I'm criticising him face to face. Do you know what I mean? But that's where you have a relationship with the fighter, where you can have those tough conversations, especially with a young fighter.
Yeah.
Because they need guidance, Like,
yeah.
And by the way, sometimes you don't know what's happening with people personally, like whatever. Sometimes you can be spiraling out of control a little bit, and it takes something small to make you implode. And maybe that's what happened backstage. Maybe like, he's missed the weight, he's fucked up, he's going through it, and then he's this stuff about laughing and drinking and eating. Maybe that's like a reaction to, and then he's having a fight, and it's like, wow, your whole career has spiraled out of control in 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But he's had that before when he had the failed tests. He came back, But I've got to say as well, like, these young guys, they get put into a life of camera lenses. Do you know what I mean? Where everyone's like, life changes for these people, and it's not easy. And I'm not making excuses for Keyashan. I'm just telling you that it's not easy to start dealing with this newfound fame and stardom, and sometimes you can lose the plot a little bit and spiral out of control. And even when I saw Keyashan at the Times Square event, it was a bit crazy. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like jumping up and down and being very. And Keyshawn's got a very infectious, great personality, but sometimes you just got to just realise life has changed, and you've got to behave a certain way now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
you got to meet the moment.
Great, but now life has changed, and you're not that. You have a responsibility now to behave in a certain way. But look, he's a young man. Everyone makes mistakes.
Fair enough. Obviously there was talk for a long time. He's been beaten, by Andy Cruz, somebody who's going to fight in an eliminator this weekend on this card. And it was being positioned, right, at least in the boxing talk realms, as a fight that could be something that happens in the near future. With this weight miss, does it put any sort of rush on that fight? Because we've seen in recent history, like Edgar waiting on Munguia, then Munguia takes the loss.
Everything
that kind of
Eddie
gets
said
cooked.
was on point. Okay. He sounded more supportive. He ain't had a kick 'em while you down approach. He ain't had an overreaction that people having. He's seen worse shit than this. And he's the damn promoter that's in the game promoting fighters. So when I said that, people was like, oh no, you coddling them or making excuses. No, that's just a fact. I seen worse shit than what I seen Keyashan do. That don't mean I'm saying what he did is cool. I just seen worse shit before, which is why I didn't go overreact. See, Eddie Hearn said the same thing. He's seen a lot worse than this. He'll be all right. But he just got to tighten up, make better decisions, be more professional. He'll grab him by the shoulder and say, man, what the F you doing, bro? Tighten up. Simple, man. That's all. You still support your guy. You don't throw him away after he make a mistake. That's what's wrong with people. And unless you perfect and mistake-free, I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. He made a mistake. Still a very talented guy. He ain't showed you that he had the point of no return where you should just give up on him and keep it moving. He'd be all right. what I'm saying? It bounced back.
Not taking the Berlanga fight, and that fight loses a little steam. Is there any need or in your mind to try to make that fight happen sooner than later now?
I think that, my biggest disappointment when I heard that Keyashan was moving up was that he's not going to get to fight Andy Cruz. The thing is with Andy is no one's going to want to fight him. So what you have to do is you need to make sure people fight him. Now, Andy and Keyashan had so much potential because the storyline was incredible. The fans want to see that fight. And I felt we had a chance there to make a fight. Thankfully, he's in a final eliminator this weekend, which will see him being mandatory to Murataya to fight for the IBF world title. So we're in a great spot. But, Andy jokes that the real reason that Keyashan is moving up is because he didn't want to fight Andy Cruz, because this weekend he puts himself in a position to fight all the big names at 135. So, Andy Cruz is one of the best fighters in the world. It's a great fight against Mashiro this Saturday. And, looking forward to a big statement from him.
Gotcha. Just switching topics a little bit. Tio, Boots, it was a thing. It was rumored. Didn't happen that way. Last time I asked you, it was probably in England, and you had told me at that time negotiations weren't even starting yet. Seems like it moved along, but it didn't work out. Tio says Boots didn't accept. Can you clarify some of that for us?
Just Boots is moving up. I mean, that's... unfortunately, after the Stanionis fight, he had his, team around him, the doctors, the tests, and what they're basically saying is Boots is underperforming to his capabilities. You saw him on Fight Week. It doesn't take a genius to see that it's hard work, right? And the amazing thing is he did that to Stanionis at 50% of his physical capabilities. And what he...
Yo, that's crazy. He's saying, doctors are saying Boots is underperforming to his capabilities because of being at the weight. If that's true, that might be the sole reason he decided to go up. That's very interesting, bro. They able to, figure out or come to the conclusion that he's underperforming because he probably shrinking down at 47 or, just the weight cut alone. That's crazy. If that is true, then he should be a lot stronger at 54 and be even better. And the fight's going to be even better. He's going to be that much more dangerous. Shout out to the Queen Lisa. How you feeling today? Man, always good to see you. That's interesting, man. I never heard that before.
Tio says Boots didn't accept. Can you clarify some of that for us?
Just Boots is moving up. I mean, that's, unfortunately, after the Stanionis fight, he had his, team around him, the doctors, the tests, and what they're basically saying is Boots is underperforming to his capabilities. You saw him on Fight Week. It doesn't take a genius to see that it's hard work, right? And the amazing thing is he did that to Stanionis at 50% of his physical capabilities. And what he's saying is, and his team is saying, sooner or later, I'm not saying you're going to get a Keyashan moment, but you could either underperform in the ring, have a nightmare weight cut, and it's just going to catch up with you. So it wasn't necessary. I loved the Tio fight, and so did Boots. But it was like, can I perform to the best of my abilities at 147? And the answer is, I can probably perform good enough to win, but not to the best of my abilities. So when you see Keyashan, Boots at 154, you will see what I'm talking about. So it's very likely that those belts will become vacated. We're going to meet this week and make a final decision. But it's time to move to 54. And he's been unified at 47. Now it's time to try and become a 2-division world champion.
Got it.
And my thing is vacating necessarily the best move? He can't use the belts to position himself to fight a champion at 54? I'm trying to figure that out. Or should he just let him, just drop the belts altogether? But, look, I seen this move coming. I seen this coming, bro. This is no real surprise. You know what I'm saying? This is no surprise. There's no surprise at all. But the fact that they've been telling Boots he's not performing up to his capabilities because of him not probably being at the weight where he should be at is more than enough reason to go up. And winning just ain't enough for Boots. He trying to show out. Boots ain't trying to just skate by or have no rough performance. And you heard what Eddie said, man. You mess around, have a tough weight cut, underperform. You get what I'm saying? And have a weird ass fight. And his father, his father's kind of said the same thing. He can understand that, but ain't no sense of putting yourself in that situation if you can just go up and avoid all that. You get what I'm saying? And that's where Boots is at. I think that's what he's doing. Just avoiding any unnecessary outcomes because of you not being where you need to be. So I'm glad he's moving up in a sense, though. Richard, what's good with it, bro? Boo fan himself, which I already said, don't take anything unless it comes from him. Yeah, but see, this time I think they is more I think it's more of a thing now because you heard his father saying the same thing. That's why I played the other clip too, because that's a recent one with his father talking about testing the waters. So you say testing the waters, that means you going up. So get me, I could see it because, and then on top of that, that's why I pulled up the tweet. I try to do the homework. That's why I had the boots message, right? He ain't hating, he ain't waiting. Him saying he ain't waiting on somebody is telling me like that's like I ain't sitting around for nobody, for no fight, for nothing. I'm just gonna keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And I think that means up to 54 and not waiting to see what happens with guys in other fights. If he ain't get them fights right now, why sit around and just listen to Tio call you out? Because if he don't fight one of the champions, who was he gonna fight? Gidsoff, he would have beat him. You know what I'm saying? But that just would have been a waste of a fight, to be honest with you. So I ain't all the way tripping on this. It's probably the best decision for him in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Get your ass up there to 54 and be great. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, you didn't see the one that with the dad. Yeah, his pops was talking about, testing the waters and stuff like that. And they asked about, he basically, the reporter was speaking to him about what Eddie Hearn said in this. So, yeah, man, it seemed like that might be the next thing for him. You know what I'm saying? Like Eddie is pushing Boots to 54. That and naturally that's what happens, Mr. Empire. But that's why he not tripping on it. But you can't blame him because as a promoter, it works. It works well for you. Let's just put everything out there on the table. Not only does obviously Boots moving up to 54 leave room for Conor Benn if he come back down to 47, which we expected him to do, right? But it opens more options for Eddie as a promoter. Your fighters got more options, Boots. And on top of that, it's probably in Boots' best interest to go up. Because listen to what he just said. He said he sat around with his team and his doctors, and they told him that he's underperforming basically because of where he at in weight. And he basically need to go up. That's just what it is, right? So it's some benefit to it. You know what I mean? I think it's a win-win for everybody. If Boots decided to stick around, maybe he could still make the weight and perform well enough to win these fights and try to snatch them titles, true. But it's risky to sit around waiting. And what he just said in that Instagram post, he ain't waiting on nobody. So you figure he probably go up, and it's probably best for him anyway. He'd be healthier up there, perform to the best of his ability, 100%, right? And there's great fights out there for him. They already throwing his names in there with Virgil's, the Boachucks already. So I like it. I like the move. And then, 47 opens up. You still got Brian Norman down there handling business. If he beats Sasaki, man, he probably could make an unexpected run at 147 pounds, man. Especially with them other titles, everything just get fun. Imagine B. Norman and Conor Benn fight. That'd be a damn bang out. That'd be a good fight right there, man. So I'm for all of this, man. I just want to see what's next. I want to hear Boots come out and say officially going up. You know what I'm saying? With nobody else saying it for him, nobody else having to speak and tell us what Boots is doing. I'd rather hear it from him. You know what I'm saying? Always better to hear from the horse's mouth. Let me pull this back up, y'all. Let me play the rest of this, man. It's about 5 minutes left. But you hear it, man. He went a step further. He said vacating the titles. We're going to sit down and talk. He making it seem like this is something that's happening, and it lines up kind of with how Boosie, the temperature of the Boosie interview and what Boots posted, you know what I mean? So maybe it is time for him to go up. You know what I'm saying? Beat some ass. Because I ain't going to lie. I love to see him in Virgil's. The sooner the better. The sooner the better. That's one of the best fights I think we could make in boxing is Virgil and Boots.
Back with the one and only Eddie Hearn.
Yeah.
If Boots is in a position to fight in the near future, there's been talk.
Yes, I said the same
they
thing.
said to us, would
What's
you
good
fight
with it,
Virgil
bro?
Ortiz
Yes.
in August? And we said yes. And then they come back and said Virgil wasn't ready for August. I said, look, we're happy. That's a brilliant fight, one of the best in the sport. And Virgil's a great fighter. And we're talking to DAZN at the moment. I think Boots will fight around August time, early September. And then we'll make the Virgil Ortiz fight now. I mean, I think it's a brilliant fight at 54. We want to be involved in all the biggest fights. Obviously, he wants to win a world title. And there's a good chance that Virgil may end up getting that championship. So yeah, all in for all the big fights with a real physically 100% Boots Ennis, which is a frightening proposition given the performance he gave against Danny Onis.
Gotcha. Man, I like that. I like that. I ain't gonna even lie. I like it. I like it. And like I've been saying, and Dub just mentioned it, that leaves 147 wide open. And I for one, would love to see what a guy like Brian Norman is able to do with that kind of opportunity. You know what I'm saying? You already know what he did with them leaving the back door open. The youngin' done kicked the door in. Now you gotta respect him. Now he about to take his talents out there to Japan, punch on Sensaki, and he get him out the way. It's only up for him from there. And Boots be better off anyway. He's a unified champion at welterweight. Time to move up to 54 and be a 2-division champion. And maybe because you moving up, maybe that'll give you the more of an opportunity to chase belts up there. Who knows? But I'm just glad to see Boots making a decision that I think benefits him. That's all. Yeah, that ring, it ain't gonna matter, bro. It ain't. So I can see Hitchens moving up to 147 to put his name in the hat, fight for the vacant title. He is title one. He just made it on the dot. Hey, Dub, you talking? No, he just made it on the dot, too. So I already know where you're going. Stressed out boxing. What it do, homie? Yeah, man. He just made 140. He was 140, bang on the dot. So, and you know he been expressing, you know, his disdain for that rehydration clause. He don't really care for that. That ain't something he too fond of. He don't like it. So, yeah, it's possible, bro. Ain't he number one? Yup, WBC, WBA, maybe could fight for the intern title at 47. That's a good fight, man. I'm telling you, Sammy, what it do, homie. Undisputed 154 and one mixtape Boots. You get me, Reef? And get talk to him, bro. So that's all I'm saying. Boots, hey, and one mixtape Boots to 54, man. I forgot to put his name in the title, bro. My bad. I forgot to put the and one mixtape in front of Boots, bro. And one mixtape Boots to 54, bro. To beat some ass, man. To beat some ass. That's what he doing.
Is there any potential that we see? I mean, obviously, Boots is a headliner. He has headline. But Turkey's made some mention, somebody you work with, obviously, about wanting the biggest, best fights on that Canelo Crawford undercard. He's saying August. He's not going to be on that.
I think Turkey's mindset about that card, from what I've heard him state himself and also speaking to him, is he wants the stars of tomorrow on that card. You know, he wants the bright young names, and Boots is still a very young man, but he's also a unified world champion. I think you're more, you know, Nishant Dev, who's on this card, is a guy that Turkey put out.
Shout out to Nishant Dev.
Terra Moana, our big
Coach Ron, man. Coach Ron got him a jewel over there in Nishant Dev, man. He gonna mess around and be a damn world champion out of India, be one of the best fighters out there. Shout out to Behind the Hands TV.
As well. So I think it's more the younger guys that he's looking at for that card.
Gotcha. Speaking about that card, you know, the news around it was initially there was like rumored news that Dana would be promoting it. Then you stated that he wouldn't be promoting it. Now he's back. I got to ask you, Eddie, was there any part of you that wanted to promote that card?
I can't because of my deal with DAZN. You know, I'm exclusive to DAZN. So,
Netflix.
Yeah, but yeah, I'd love to promote that card. I can't sit here and say no, but I think it worked well with. I think that was always part of the TKO deal. Was that look, we'll do this league, and also you're going to promote Canelo against Crawford, etc. So, you know, you see these kind of guest promoters, if you like. I've done it quite a few times for His Excellency. Times Square was a good example of that, and this is Dana's turn. I think it's great for the event, great for the sport. You know, Dana has a huge profile, he's a great promoter, and I think it will add to the size of what is a very big fight.
You don't think it's too big of an event for somebody who's never worked in boxing before?
Nah, I mean, how difficult can it be?
I don't know. You tell me. How difficult is it?
There's a difference between promoting. But firstly, Dana's not going to make any decisions himself because Turkey makes all the decisions when it's his event. And let's be honest, this is a Turkey a la Sheikh event. It's not a Dana White event. Dana White's been asked to promote it, and he'll do a great job through his channels. Turkey will do what Turkey wants to do. I've known him long enough to know it. So in that respect, in terms of front-facing, using your outlets, your profile to drive the pay-per-view and the ticket sales, etc., Dana can do all that kind of stuff. Now,
all right, that he said what I really needed him to say. Y'all hit the like button. HJ64. You think Boo's gonna be better at 47? He just based on what Eddie Hearn said. If that's solid and that's accurate, he said he sat around with his team and his doctors, and they told him he was performing under his capabilities because of him being at 47, pretty much. And 54 should lead to him being fresher, stronger, a better version of Boots. And if that's true, that's scary. A better version of Boots, fresher version of Boots is dangerous. It's scary. So he already a beast. And for him to be less than 100%, if that is true, I ain't gonna say he 50%. I know that should sound good to say he was only 50%, but anything less than 100%, whether it's 70%, 80, and you add 10, 20 to that, and you're 100% from here on out because you have 54, that just makes you way more dangerous to me. So I think it's probably gonna be better for boxing because there's more opportunities that lead to some. It kind of shift things differently now. Now he up there where his once biggest fight was Virgil Ortiz. Now he'll be in the division where they could make that happen. And you heard Eddie Hearn speak about the fight. He said they told him, and I'm just going off of what Eddie Hearn said. I ain't got all the info. I'm just going out on what he put out. He said they told him Virgil wouldn't be ready to fight in August. So it seemed like he already willing and ready to put him in there with them guys, and that's what I want to see, because Boots don't need no damn training wheels. He don't. Now I ain't saying he don't need. I don't think he need to be. Yeah, he don't need no training wheels, bro. Boots don't need his hand held. He could fight whoever, man. Put him in there, bro. Put him in there. It's sink or swim. He ain't in this shit to not be great. So put him in there. 88, what it do, homie? Oh yeah. I think so too. It'd be better up there. His doctor is on point. Yeah, I think so too, think so. It's a good move. It's a good move, and it's good for boxing because of the matchups that's up there. You get what I'm saying, Matt? Remember, once upon a time, they talked about Charles Conwell and Boots. That'd be a great fight. I don't care about him losing that fight. Charles Conwell and Boots still highly entertaining fight to me. Intriguing matchup. All them different names that you got up there. You get what I'm saying? Fundora is at 54. You get what I'm saying? You got Charlo talking about coming back at 54. That shit about to be stacked again, man. That division is gonna be on fire. It's already on fire. It's gonna be worse once they get back in the mix. You get what I'm saying? So it's not the end of the road. You heard what his father said. How long he been at the weight class? His entire career. It's time for him to do something else. You get what I'm saying? So moving up might be right. It might be right par for the course. So I'm ready to see him in any of the matchups, man. I ain't got no special pick because 54 got a ton of talent, and it shouldn't be hard to put him in there with somebody. There's no way that guys at 54 don't want to fight too. And I always said this. If one of his problems was getting guys in the ring, I feel like maybe a potential solution to that is going up the next weight class where guys is going to want to fight. Dudes going to want to fight. You got Virgil Ortiz, man. I can't wait to see that fight. I can't wait. I wish he would have been ready in August. I swear I wish they could have made that fight for August. I'm telling you, that's better. Man, that's a great fight. Great fight. The pressure shot scene selected and paid. Eddie will put anybody as long as Turkey fit in the bill. Nah, man. But Boots is that guy, man. Training wheels off. They don't need no training wheels on. They don't got to tiptoe his way up to 54. He gonna step. I want to see him step right into 54 with a good fight out the gate. Take your pick, Boots. Take your pick, man. There's more than enough matchups up there for you, bro. There's more than enough fights up there. Boots get undisputed at 54. Be more impressive to the public than it would be done at 47. Yeah, not for sure. For sure, because 54 is like you feel like if you mix enough of those names up, Jesus Ramos, like you got some guys up there, man. You really do. You got some dudes up there. Ain't he still at 54? So man, it's a lot of different names to mix up, and the run would be more impressive just because of the guys that's there. It's more established, bigger, obviously. The undisputed title at 47 is no longer the immediate goal. Nope. We talked about vacating, man. Vacating titles. You know, B. Norman, where you at? B. Norman about to take full advantage, bro. Y'all done opened the other door up for B. Norman. He about to run through it. B. Norman about to run through it, man. Team Norman about to run through it. They about to take 47 by the throat. And Boots about to come up to 54 and stare the pot from the rip. First fight out the gate, whoever it is, he gonna stare the pot immediately at 54. That's why I just said Conwell, Virgil, Fundora. That's what I'm saying. Get what I'm saying? You got the Ramoses of the world, bro. It's just so many different matchups, man. TJ, what it do? What's good with it? So I'm telling you, it's a lot up there for him, man. So I'm rocking with it, man. I'm rocking with whatever Boots is doing. The match, this shit was long overdue anyway. And then shout out to A1 Hoop Zone because he made a great point earlier. He mentioned like Boots having an opportunity to see how like Errol Spence sticking around so long at a weight class would do, right? So for him to move up, it just would make all the sense in the world. And I'm telling you right now, he's dangerous wherever. We already know that. Anybody that's getting in the ring performing and one mixtape moves on you is dangerous, bro. So, and again, just listening to Eddie, I can only go off of what he putting out. They telling him he underperforming, like team and doctors telling him he underperforming at a weight class and going up could be better. Sky's the limit, man. Telling you, man. Imagine the matchups up there. Get what I'm saying? Imagine the matchups. So I like the fact that Boots said he ain't waiting. And if that means what I think it means, then let's go. Let's see it, man. Let's see it. Why, SM, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? What's good with it? T Hill, my dog. What's good with it, my guy? How you feeling, man? Bakram Mortazalia is up there. Yeah, they mentioned Boychuk to him. Boychuk. All things, my guy. They mentioned Boychuk. It's just endless matchups, bro. Like anywhere you look, you can see a good matchup for him. And a good fight, and his style alone, he gonna be fine. He good. That's crazy. Just think. I just want to just listen to what Eddie Hearn said. They telling this man that they done did some work, some tests. They could tell that he's underperforming at a weight class, and that going up could mean that he could be stronger and better. That shit is scary, man. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, for sure. You already know, man. The key is always under the mat, my guy. Come talk to me, man. You the voice of Philly, man, as I am Jersey, man. You always. Shout out to the butcher, my guy. You know, so come get me right, just in case I miss anything. If I'm off from all point, come get me right. Come get me right. Quick draw, Randall. And shout out to everybody, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for your boy Rohan Polanco fighting dude broke Earl Ribs. Oh, yeah, Rohan Polanco fighting Quentin Randall. Shout out to Ted. Yeah, Quentin Randall. Yes, sir. That's a good fight. Good fight for both of them. I like Quentin Randall. I got a chance to hear from multiple fighters get their opinion on Quentin Randall as a fighter and what they thought of him. And the first thing each one of those fighters said was IQ and smarts. So, you know what I mean? Expect to see that dude 100%. Expect to see him go out there and go. You know what I'm saying? And we already know how Rohan Polanco coming. He a damn good young fighter too. So it's a good fight, man. Ring Magazine money was an issue. For who? For who? Teach which fight money was an issue. YSM, what's good with it, bro?
What up with you?
Man, chilling, man.
Hey, Josh, do you know? All right. Yeah, all right, so you can hear me now. All right, bro.
Mm.
All right, first, let me say this is not how this was supposed to be announced. Okay.
Right.
First, the kid wanted to announce this 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you know, people want to get things ready, get things together with the sanctioning bodies, etc., to try to make the jump properly. And try to secure an opponent. But then in an interview, Eddie just kind of like, just casually like, yeah, you know, he's going to 154.
Mm-hmm.
So it was
he's spilling the beans and shit.
Yeah, it was supposed to be the kid was going to tweet it, right? And then I was going to drop an interview literally right after he tweets it.
Yeah.
But I mean, crazy. It is what it is what it is, man.
We still want it.
We
love to hear from the man himself, man. We love it. Shit, yeah, I'm up here pulling up Instagram posts and tweets and shit from Boots.
Yeah, it'll be Monday. But
for sure. I'll be looking out for it.
It's what made the most sense. It's like when everybody was like talking about Tio.
Mm-hmm.
His mind was on 54. I'm not going to say too much because he's going to say it in the interview.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, everybody's talking about, you know, the Brian Norman situation, and the reality is, once Mario Barrios fought Manny Pacquiao, Undisputed was a pipe dream. Mario Barrios is the catalyst, in my opinion, to everything, every move at 147 pounds. Mario Barrios isn't trying to fight or unify. You've never heard him say that, yeah, I want to be undisputed. That's not, no, you don't hear that from him. You barely hear from him. And now he's fighting a 45-year-old. And I understand why he's doing it. He's doing it for money. But the reality is, if you're sitting there talking about, I want the belts, and you got a dude that fought Abel Ramos who lost 3 of his last 4, and then he arguably got cooked by Abel Ramos.
Right.
And so now he's going to get in there against Manny Pacquiao. He could lose that fight. And if Manny Pacquiao beats him, you think he's going to unify against Boots? No.
Right.
You think he's going to fight Brian Norman? No. So then what are you chasing Undisputed for? What are you killing your body for?
Bro, talk to him, man. Talk to him. Exactly. Okay.
You can want something. Yeah, you can want something, but it may not be tangible.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm glad for him, bro. I'm glad.
My man Dub said context clues. Dub, I've been playing Easter eggs for the last 3 weeks, yo. With titles
I'll be watching,
and videos.
I'm always watching.
Yeah, I'm playing Easter eggs.
Right. I'm always watching. I love this, man. I love it, man. Because then for me, it's a peace of mind, man. Hearing that he'll feel better up there, like people done, did the homework, the research. They know he underperforming, and that ain't what it looked like. You can't look at what he just did and say that's underperforming. But the fact that they could even remotely go there and know it's a chance that you could see a better version of that kid, and then like you said, when you just weigh the options and mix with it what he just posted, like I ain't hating or waiting on nobody. Waiting for me is like you waiting to see what's going to happen with Brian Norman. You negotiated with him. It didn't work out the first time. It's a little risky there. And like you said, on the other side, say Pacquiao pull it off. He damn sure ain't fighting him. And I don't see Barrios being in a rush to get in there with you either. Then you got this clout chasing ass dude on the other hand at 140 that won't shut up about your name. So it's like now, if I go position myself here where the smoke is at, where more smoke is at, he got to shut up. And I ain't got to deal with sacrificing my body no more. I'm gonna just go be great up here. There's more history for him to attain. Like, let's be real. I respect that everybody, most people picked him to run the table if given an opportunity anyway. And I know we would still love to see the fights and actually complete the goal, but at what cost? I don't want to see him sacrifice nothing. He's young enough. You can go up. It's great fights up there. It's titles up there. I'm ready to see his 154 run and one mixtape Boots at 54. One big stick.
Everybody thinks that because 47 has bigger men, and that they assume that it's going to be like, oh, he won't be able to do that at 54. Look, he's going to be a way better fighter at 54 than 47. 54 and 60, he's going to be a. When I say way better, I mean way better.
Mm-hmm.
And people are just going to find out. But yeah, with the Tio shit, you know what bothered me about this, Just?
Mm-hmm.
Is that boxing fans are the reason why fighters act the way they do. When I say he told you that if he's not unifying, if he's not fighting the champions at 47, he's gone. He said that on numerous occasions, right? So then everybody, when a Tio fight doesn't happen, oh man, he's a duck, he's this, he's that. Bro, he told you that he's not interested in anybody at 47 unless they have a world title, right? So with the whole Brian Norman thing, of course, Brian Norman, he's about to do his whole, Senior's about to do his whole media thing where, you know, I told you Boots didn't want to fight. He's going to do that. But here's the truth, right? You heard Brian Norman Jr. say that he wasn't going to wait for the winner of Stanionis and Boots. You heard him say that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you operate in that space, right? I'm not waiting for y'all. I'm doing my thing.
Right.
People be like, okay, you know what I mean? So now you can't say, oh, well, he could have fought us next. You drew a line in the sand. I'm not waiting for you. Okay, well, you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go do my thing, and that's what that is. I'm not mad at Norman. I'm not mad at Norman for taking the Sasaki fight, but then you can't be mad at Boots for chugging the deuce and saying, "I'll holler at y'all later."
Yeah, it's about just making that next best move for yourself, and you can't have nobody else into consideration when you're doing that. It's the Boot show. He ain't worried about what nobody else doing. He like, yo, whatever make the most sense. That's what it sounds like. That's what he doing. And then you got to think, bro. I mean, you would know better than me. He sacrificed long enough. He literally waited his options, you know, waited it out to me as long as he could have, right? And then when you really just look at the landscape, it's a lot of uncertainty mixed with one thing that you do know is certain. It might be time for you to go up, or your body is telling you you're going to be better off up. So it's a great decision too. And it's going to lead to better fights for boxing. It's going to leave 147 wide open. Maybe it's a lot more fair down there now. I don't know, right? A little even down there.
I feel like it's going to be intriguing because I always knew, like, boxers are smart, trainers are smart. They can look at a fighter and tell that you having trouble. Like, he got 6 months left. He got a year left. He ain't gonna be there. And then all of a sudden, you start to see the 40s moving up to 47 slowly, right? One dude pop up, they doing catch and bounce it off. They felt the energy, like, yeah, the monster's about to leave. And now you're getting healthier guys. It's like boxing has cycles, Just. You remember when all the 35s eventually moved to 47? Floyd, Oscar, Shane. You remember when all those guys was at 47 and 54? Well, all those guys started off at 30, 35.
Right.
But now they're making those weights comfortable. So now Dev is going to be at 47. He's going to be comfortable. Ryan's going to be comfortable. Tio's going to be comfortable. And now you're going to see intriguing fights.
Yeah. And not having to worry about guys being depleted at weights, not looking their best. Just that eliminates that excuse, and I think it makes the overall product and the fights we getting better.
Yeah, and it won't become a problem until these big young 47s come along, where they naturally 47 or they big for the weight class. Because if you fighting a bunch of dudes that fought at 35 with you, being at 47 isn't an issue. It's only when you run into Brian Norman and you Tio is going to be an issue. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. I'm glad you came up here too. I appreciate you. Big shout out to the Queen Lisa for the big $100 donation. Always showing love.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Work you do. I appreciate all your continuous support. Shout out to the Queen Lisa. Man,
Thomas Hill was good. AJ, what up?
John BX say what up, Justin YSM. I think we all happy to see Boots move up. Many great fights to make there and shut down the haters. That's a fact. Time for that man to be great up there. And it's like one narrative at a time. It's like the little annoyance of hearing Tio keep saying his name. I get to hear that shut up because now you have to. You're not going up to 54. And then all y'all that, spin the block and all y'all that was talking that he ducked Virgil shit. I cannot wait for this.
John.
Oh, man, I was waiting.
John, hey, Just, check this out, though. Whatever happens to Virgil, it's on the fans. Y'all did this.
Yeah.
And that's my warning. Whatever, all y'all in the comments and the videos and Dan Raphael and all, whatever happens to Virgil, y'all brought this on Virgil. It wouldn't have been this bad, but I remember I said this, and then come see me after the fight, and I'm going to point the finger at y'all. Y'all did that.
Right.
Well, YSM, thanks for having me on, Justu, but YSM, what's happened to Virgil?
Oh, no, he's going to beat Virgil's fucking ass. Respectfully. He's going to beat the dog shit out of Virgil.
I didn't have a problem with him turning down the fight because he said he wanted to stay at welterweight and fight the champions. That's cool. I just don't think any of the champions can challenge Boots. So I don't think the Barrios fight makes much sense for him because I don't think Barrios even challenges him. So I want to see him move up to a 154. But if he can make welterweight in a healthy way, then I mean, good for him.
Yeah, 47 is dead. It's like he's not going back to 47. It's 54,
good, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's perfect for him, bro. I ain't got to hear no more. You see his face. I don't want to hear that shit no more. It's gonna be and one mixtape the whole 54 run. Tell me, that shit gonna get worse. The thought of Eddie Hearn know what he got. Just think about him being a better version. And let's just be like as realistic as possible. Let's say 10%, 15, 20, anything. That's crazy. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. Beating somebody ass, beating a fight out of a man that's committed to beating you. His kid on the way. He got every reason to want to fight back with everything he got. You see that man sit on the stool and they like, nah. And you telling me about to go up and feel better? That shit is real, man. Shout out to John BX. He said, YSM stole my thought. You're gonna see many new faces popping up at 47 now. Bill is sure to cap his ass off and claim Boots moved up to duck it. Now that to me, man, that's not a fight that needs to happen. But it creates opportunities, not for only Boots, but just for the 47 division, kind of levels things out, see who gonna take things and run with it, right? Because again, we still got to see the fights. We all could feel like who we think gonna win, but I think most people had Boots winning if he had the opportunity with the fights. Now that with him, moving out of the mix, it's gonna be cool to see who could kind of, grab that division up and see if they allowed to chase down some belts. While he up there at 54, it's the best thing possible, man. Think so?
I was actually on a stream the other day, which Bill Haney called into, and I asked him what fight he could actually see happening for Devin if he does move up to 147, and he actually mentioned the winner of the Barrios Pacquiao fight, which I don't really want to see that, but if it I don't know if the Boots fight is actually realistic because first of all, the Boots is actually. Is Boots actually talking about moving up to 154, or is he just?
Yeah. I mean, and look, shout out to YSM. He came through. He gonna be dropping an interview with him, and he's saying it wasn't supposed to be released. Basically, Eddie Hearn did an interview and kind of throwing it out there, before the fighter able to do it. So I still, and I think millions are, all his fans and supporters gonna want to hear it from Boots anyway. We don't care because I remember he said you don't hear it from him. So it's always good to hear from the horse's mouth because he don't speak a lot, and when he do, it got meaning to it. He ain't doing no clout chasing. He ain't gonna waste your time. He gonna let the people know what's up. So yeah, but doctors that's stuck in my head, and I don't know how what's the situation with that. But for anybody to really sit down and do some homework to realize that you basically ain't the best version of yourself down here too, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, I feel like every fighter should get blood panels done. So I feel like every fighter should get blood panels done. A lot of times dudes be cutting weight, and boxing is like at times it can be archaic. You know what I'm saying? You're in an old school gym. and they have old school ways of doing things. I'm not going to expound too much because if he feels like talking about that, then he'll talk about it. But I feel like personally, fighters should always get blood panels done because you're cutting a lot of weight and you don't know what it's doing to your body. You have to you do your research.
Oh, you dropping some game right there. I'm listening. I'm like, yeah, that shit is real, man. It's real. And it seemed like whatever homework it was for them to do, they did it before making this move. So shout out to Hen Dog. I see you say why he ain't wait for him. Because look, for one, he said he ain't hating or waiting on nobody. He had a little post saying, I can't put no words in his mouth, but I could just look at the situation and think about what Eddie said. And that took some careful thinking. That wasn't no 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here. It wasn't, he didn't rush to do this. Like, he got to think this dude is a real one. He sat around while people was framing him as a duck with the Virgil Ortiz shit, and he never went up there. He proceeded to go make a unification fight, beat the fight out of him. Now he had to sit around and listen to people say he ducked Teofimo that's not even in his weight class as well. Go up. Tired of y'all shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go be great, bro. I'm about to go get the most out of myself. I'm about to really make a statement at the next weight class. I'm already a unified champion here. Come on, man. Ain't nobody. It's hard having somebody beat him at 47. It would have been hard. Him and Brian Norman to me was the best fight, but it's just like the favorite for obvious reasons. He's been there beating ass for a long time, man. And that's another reason, right? You've been there. I played the clip with Boosie, talked about how long you've been at the weight too, and spoke about like testing the water. So
9 years.
Should you sacrifice? You got a chance to see Errol Spence, right? A1 brought that up. He sacrificed everything. Boots don't need to do that. He young enough and he fresh enough and he accomplished enough and he talented enough. He ain't got to be held back by 47. See, that's the difference. He's not a guy that has to be there because if he go up to the next weight class, he ain't going to do well. That's not the case, at least in my opinion, it's not. So why not? You get what I'm saying? He's not a guy that's restricted by having to stay somewhere because the next weight class going to get dangerous and he ain't going to be able to hang. That won't be a problem for him. So just as always a matter of time. Like people said it for a couple fights now, right? He was on borrowed time, felt like he was a little skinny in the face. Now you don't got to worry about that. So imagine a version you get when he ain't got to cut as much and sacrifice as much. You seeing a better fighter?
Hey, Rod, you'd be surprised how many fighters do not have scientists. Like people be thinking that fighters, just have like just a team of like 20 people that's taking care of. Bro, listen to me. 99.9% of fighters cut weight and box the old-fashioned way. Everything's old-fashioned. Like the top level dudes don't even get like nutritionists and people like that on their team until they like in their late 20s.
You're right. I hear it all the time.
Early 30s. Yeah.
I hear it all the time. And one of the big things they say that shit costs money. Shit ain't cheap. So, everybody don't have the financial means to, have this team that we got in the back of our mind, just assuming that everybody got working for them. It's not like that.
Hey, Rod, bro, the people on Snack, you do understand that they get paid to wear a Snack t-shirt. A lot of those guys are sponsored by Snack. They don't train with Snack, bro. They giving out healthy checks. I'll be a Snack sponsor. Shit. Give me that.
I'm telling you, I'll be Snack strong in a minute. I'll be mad at me.
Yeah.
Could just do on Snack.
Yeah, a lot of it's branding. Do you think that everybody that the dudes that be on the Wheaties box, do you think that they eat Wheaties?
Right.
If you sponsor by Coke, do you think they all drink Coke? No.
Right. No, that's a fact. That's just a fact. we know that's to be true. It's real. I be trying to say that. I know people over here, they hate Snack, bro. They're not a fan of Snack because they like anything Victor Conte is bad for the sport.
I've tried it. I've tried it. It's good. It's good. Yo, give me that money. You know what I'm saying? Me and Just, Vic, if you're listening, me and Just will be at the fights with Snack shirts, putting our thumbs up like, it's the best.
I'm telling you. And I'll be flexing these little pistols.
Right? Yeah.
Flex on them.
Talking
Had
about
a
what
whole kid,
content
a whole
creator can
little
fuck with
kid on
me.
me. Snatch strong, Lisa. You know. She had me dying. I pulled up that little clip with Core saying, that's Core Steve saying I'm snack strong. I said they gonna lose their minds with this one. They can't stand it. They like, nah, it's cheating, it's this, it's that. And I've been searching for somebody that got way more information than I got to really just give people the game on what it is. You know what I'm saying? And maybe people have a better understanding. Because it's all about information and really knowing the right shit. I don't want to just be up here saying something and it ain't what it is. So, a lot of people feel like it's legal steroids and undetectable steroid. I'm like, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's tough to throw that on all these fighters like that. Snap. Eddie Reynoso, that's what I'm saying. I said that. I brought that up, Mr. Impride. I'm like, look, dude made a good point about none of these fighters popping and testing positive, but the common excuse to go to is, oh, they got undetectable this or that. But then you got a guy or a camp, and shout out to them, but it is what it is. It just look fishy. You got all them people over there, them fighters, multiple, about a handful at this point, popping
They
hot.
act like all steroids in boxing is Victor Conte, bro. Victor, yo, it happens. I'm not telling you Victor Conte is an angel. I ain't even telling you Victor Conte still ain't rocking and rolling. All I'm saying is everybody over there that puts on a snack shirt that's not trained with Victor Conte, they get paid to wear a snack shirt. That's it. Just like OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You see that more and more too with the OnlyFans. Logos on the trunks and stuff like that. T-shirts. You get what I'm saying? See it, man. Some of this stuff is what it is. Sponsored, promotion, whatever. Checks. People cashing checks, man. Everybody ain't cheating. Maul told us how the steroids work. Yeah, Maul was going in, wasn't he? But it's just people be going on these goose chases, man. Because after these last couple months, I've heard just about everything. Like I've heard people say you don't need proof to know people on steroids, and I was like, bro, this is a scary game we in. If we to that point, because you could just look now. That's it, just the look. You don't need nothing else, no type of proof. You just could look, or you could just think it, and that's it. Nah, I can't do that.
Yo, I'm gonna say this, and I got a dip. I'm going to the OTX fight, right? Number one, I appreciate what you do. I always feel like you give a non-biased approach and you put yourself in everybody's shoes. And with the way the climate of the sport is currently and how people cover the sport, that's rare, right? I'm proud of Jaron for a couple of different reasons.
Right.
It's hard to remain centered when the whole world is attacking you. That go for Dev, that go for Shakur, Tank in certain pockets. Canelo when he was going through the Triple G shit, Floyd, his whole fucking career. What Keyashan is going through now, even though I feel like Keyashan was self-inflicted. It's hard to, like, when everybody's shitting on you and everybody has an opinion, and the opinion is uneducated.
Right.
Like, he could have easily folded and just said, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna fight Tio. Or fuck it, I'm gonna fight Virgil. Because everybody's talking shit. But no, he stayed centered and no, this is what I want. This is what I want to do. And with the Virgil shit, they wanted him to move up and fight a dude that didn't have a title at 154 on short notice because, it was Bud and Fundora. They were the first choices, and those fights didn't happen. So there's like, yeah, you can throw boots. He unified the division. He became millennial. So he's in the history books. He didn't get the undisputed. I mean, it is what it is. But now 154. Dude said that he was scared of 154. I know you remember that, Just. He was scared. He was a weight bully. The dudes at 154 was real smoke. Now I don't want to hear about Brian Norman and Tio. If you said that he was scared of 154, well, now he's at 154. Bring all the motherfuckers.
Right. Facts. Right. seen Clapback Thursday, and we get to it. We're gonna get to a Ghetto Fab. I just wanted to make sure we gave Boots his just due today, man. Because finally it's like I love when the narratives naturally just fall by the wayside, and him moving up is gonna do exactly that. And people gonna have to stand behind all that they said. And I just like it from a fan perspective. Like, just I'm gonna enjoy this because he been getting a lot of shit. And it's annoying to me because I really just like supporting these dudes and keeping it moving. And I hate the narrative that duck shit. It needs to be thrown, like it just needs to be abandoned from boxing. Like it gotta go. That's not real, man. That's surface level shit. I'm telling you, I know it get clicks and stuff, but that do not be the reality.
Bro, they told me Abdullah ducked Edwin De Los Santos for not taking Edwin on 1 day's notice and fighting Jeremiah Nakatila, who he trained for. They said he ducked De Los Santos. I'm done after that. I'm done.
Man,
I can't hear
people listen to it because I made sure I said why it was made sense and how that's not a duck.
You shouldn't even have had to.
Look where they at right now, bro.
Bro.
They next fight is what?
For the type you telling me. You're telling me. I'm ducking a dude. I'm fighting for the title anyway.
You get what I'm saying?
Fighting. You want me to switch to an orthodox and southpaw because Keyashan missed weight on a day's notice? Are you crazy?
Exactly. Like, bro, what? So I'm gonna get criticized for sticking to my plan,
bro.
Get the hell out of here. Me and my opponent made weight, and that's no shot to Keyashan. That's just the reality of what happened. I'm not deviating from what I'm doing. I'm knocking on the doorstep of a title. Why do I need to do anything but what we got planned? That shit. Shout out to his dad. He made a great decision. It's not no duck, man. We quick to do that. This dude has looked at a phenom. You think if a contract with Edwin De Los Santos come across his desk, he ain't gonna sign it? Why would we do that to the young man? Now he about to go in here and make Sam Noakes pay for it for everything people been talking.
Bro.
And we about to see that Abdullah Mason era. Shout out to Keyashan because you propelled it. Shout out to you.
I gotta appreciate you, bro. I gotta get dressed, but man, appreciate what you're doing. The Butcher, stop being a hater. But love everybody in the chat, man. All right, y'all.
Appreciate you, man. Shout out to YSM, man. Hey, what's good with the A? The Butcher. Tay said, do I think Zepeda's on something? Nah, I can't say because I don't have nothing that was suggested, right? I would be like everybody else, just throwing that jacket on him, right? I know he's a high volume guy, but he's been able to consistently do that throughout his career for the most part. So it just seems like that's something that he can do. But I don't feel like I see abnormal performances from Zepeda. He got an engine, bro. He can go. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Melanie Queen. How you feeling, sis? Yeah. I like how, he can just get in there and go, but I don't think he on something. And I feel like with that being a title fight, I feel like shit gonna be on the up and up. I don't think he's gonna be cheating or nothing like that. I would hope not. I would hate to see that. But so real quick, I did make a video on it. I told y'all I did mention it, but I wanted to be responsible about it when I mentioned it to make sure people understood I wasn't calling De Los Santos a duck. I'm just reporting what happened because De Los Santos said it out his mouth. He said he was surprised that they turned it down, but he made sure he didn't say it was Abdullah Mason. He said he told you it'd be teams sometimes not taking the fights, but he wasn't making them seem like a duck. He just said he was surprised that they didn't take it, but maybe he didn't think about it a bit deeper. They're already primed and prepped right there. They on the doorstep, knocking on the doorstep. They made weight. Their opponent made weight. You follow through with the plan. You don't deviate from it unless that opportunity was a once in a lifetime opportunity, something that you couldn't get nowhere else. That's not the case for Abdullah Mason. He got a promising career. So you don't, and that's what I'm saying. People don't give these fighters enough respect. They had a plan, and look at this shit. It's working out. Shout out to Keyashan, but him missing weight, not fighting De Los Santos, got that fight called off, the belt stripped, and it sped up Abdullah Mason's process. He already was number 2 before this fight. You get what I'm saying? And with Keyashan not having that belt, now you see him and Sam Noakes get the fight for it. So boxing gets to continue. Keyashan gets to go up to 140 and get his name back on track because everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people counting him out. So he'll be back. Boots just stay at 47 and you're not beating anybody at 54. Damn, Anderson, you think his defense is trash? Nah, bro. Jonathan was good. He said he gets hit way too much. 50 guys will hit him harder. You got to, hey, Jonathan, look, shout out to y'all, man. If you're new in the chat, smash the like button, sub to the channel. Let's build over here. Everybody's entitled to their opinions, and we just build over here. We don't do no arguing. I'll just say this, Jonathan. Go look at them fights a bit closer and tell me if you really think, like, show me the fights where I should go watch the fights where I should go watch to show me that he gets hit excessively. You gotta show me those like that. That's one of those narratives that just don't stand up if you really watch the tape, watch the film on Boots. Urban Mac, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Ant McQueen, what's good, bro?
Feeling good, feeling great, man. And,
that's what I like to hear, man.
To add on to your point that you just made about him preparing for Nakatila and him being number 2 already in the WBO, for one, what the hell does the Edwin De Los Santos fight do for him at that moment in time?
Mm-hmm.
And then 2, what about Jeremiah Nakatila's opportunity? That was a huge opportunity for him. If he were to be able to defeat Abdullah Mason, what does that do for him?
Right.
So we got to look at his opportunity too, not just the big name guys.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about a guy in Jeremiah Nakatila that's come up short every time he stepped up. He came up short against Shakur Stevenson, came up short against
Tito
and Raymond Montaya. So for him to get another opportunity against a guy that's ranked number 2, that's a big opportunity for him as well. But I guess we're supposed to just disregard him,
right,
and his aspirations, and just be like, yo, just make this fight and just toss him to the wayside.
Right.
So, yeah. I think they did the right thing. His team did the right thing and sticking with it. And then also just, again, giving Jeremiah Nakatila the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ant jumped on the panel on LetsBuild, feeling good, feeling great, right? Cool as hell, calm, collective. The professor, that's what I'm telling you. Professors are smart, knowledgeable people. They're usually mild-tempered. You get me? And easy to build with. That's why I call them that. If Boots get his exceptionally, then what is happening to Ortiz? That's what I'm saying. I'm just, and I don't like to argue. I really like to understand people, and I get it. It was this narrative thrown out there a while ago that Boots get hit a lot. Go watch those fights again. Please do. I ain't saying he don't get hit, but what I've seen consistently, when Boots does not want you to hit him, he don't usually get hit. The hitting that the punches that people are referring to is when he obviously going to get his guy. And I always say this, when you in the fire, you're going to get burned a little bit more, right? He constantly taking chances. He's one of those guys. He don't have a fill out round, y'all. Why do people have fill out rounds to begin with, right? You trying to see what a guy got. You don't want to get caught. He ain't even worried about that. Just think about that. The mentality, he going to get you. Show me the moments where Boots is putting himself at a detriment because of how he's fighting when he's getting hit. And I always say it's not just getting hit, it's the quality of the shots that's landing now. Shout out to Ant McQueen because he studied the hell out of the film. Now he done pointed out some shots where Boots might got frozen in his tracks, but he'll also allude to how fast his recovery time is. So like you get me, like he a different kind of guy, bro. And think about something. We'll say on one end, you got the Shakur Stevenson, one of the best defensive guys in boxing, right? You'll say, people, I don't want to see all that defensive shit. Throw your hand. Then Boots is showing you the offense that people say they want. And what does he get for that? They don't even identify what's really taking place. They'll just say he get hit a lot. He undefeated, yo. He don't even be losing rounds. Get hit a lot where? This would indicate that he's losing rounds, right? Like, think about what we saying. Something don't line up. Why are these guys not coming close to beating him? He be dominating. Did you see his last fight? If he got hit a lot, what did he do to Stan Jonas? What is that? You see what the kids running around here saying? Belt the ass? That's what that was. That was an ass whooping. Telling you, man, that you're going to get hit when you take chances. That's all I'm saying. And when he's being defensively responsible and he moving his head and different things like that, using his upper body movement and legs, Boots is very talented. He will make it hard for you to hit him. You ain't never seen him make somebody miss by miles and play with him. Like, he could do it all. Look what he just did to Stan Jonas, a guy that nobody beat not even beat, but just look how he did it. That shit is impressive, man. I get it, man. People, you know, you want to critique him, but you're going to get hit when you fight like that, bro. When you come with that kind of offense, you're going to take some shots. But look what he's able to do back. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta really watch Boots, man. That's a real athlete, man. That dude got some freakish talent, man. Reflexes and all that.
That was the point that I was going to make. That's another thing you got to look at with Boots. Boots is one of those guys where defensively, he appreciates on tape when you watch him in slow-mo, because a lot of shots that look like they were hard shots, he's rubbernecking and rolling the steam off the shots at the very last second. Guy's got phenomenal eyes, phenomenal reflexes. So in live, it may be looking like he's taking a big hook. Then you go back and you look at it slow-mo, and he's rolling that shot off at the very last second. Like, he's just very good at it, man. Do I think that he could be a little bit more responsible moving forward, being offensive? Hell yeah. But for the most part, to your point, he's landing far cleaner shots on his opponents than they're landing on him at a higher rate, at a higher clip, and at a higher quality. Guy's just good, man. What Boots does at 154 remains to be seen. We don't know. It's to be determined. I think this could be one of those cases, like Nazim Richardson would say, like, we know he's good, but we don't know how special. So I think we just got to just take a wait and see approach. I think he's really good. I think that the guy is extremely talented. You know, again, could he be a little bit more measured moving forward? Absolutely. But so far, so good, man.
Man, my bad. I was on mute. My bad. What I was about to say is I don't know what it is about people that they don't see with Boots what makes you feel like he can't be successful at 54. Like, I really be trying to understand this. Is this something you feel like, or is this something you see? Because what is it in the ring that he's not capable of doing at a high level that you feel like he won't be able to take his talents to the next weight class and succeed? Think about that. What are we saying? So because he gonna go up some pounds, that means he gonna not know how to fight? That means his athleticism just gonna go by the wayside? Like, what's happening? Like, do you know what's gonna have to happen for that to be the case? He gonna have to fall off a damn cliff. I'm gonna be blunt. He gonna have to fall off a damn cliff for him not to beat nobody and be able to hang up at 54. Literally, he gonna have to forget how to fight. I don't think we understand. Like, he belong up there, low key. You get me? And you think he about to go up there and it's just about to, like, not, it's gonna be a bad idea? Hell no, I don't think so. I think it's about to be a great idea. Man, I think people gonna have to eat their words with Boots, yo. I really do. That's a real talent, man. And he a guy, I'm gonna just be honest. You're gonna have more times now, you're gonna have to knock his ass out. Because he a lot to deal with, bro. That shit coming from every angle, too.
Yep, and for all we know, you can get to 54 and be more robust. He could be stronger. He could be sharper.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first things he said after the fight with Karen, the rematch, was, you know, the pop's gonna be different at 54. And that's why I'm saying maybe his doctor was on to something as far as the weight cut beginning to affect his performance and hampering him a tad bit. Because that's the other part that we got to take into account too. Having to shave less weight means he gets to retain more muscle, be stronger, sharper, not having to deal with it's the ice cream truck. I'm outside.
You know it's good weather when you hear an ice cream truck. It just take your mind somewhere for a moment. I don't care how long I've been alive, bro. When I hear an ice cream truck, it always give you a certain vibe, bro. I don't care what's going on. Boxer round one. Nah, that doesn't prove that. Check me out. Logical people understand that you can't duck somebody that's not in your weight class, right? If by that logic, right, and they're not even in each other's weight class at the moment, how could he duck Virgil staying at 47? How could he duck Tio at 47? Tio at 40, Virgil at 54. You can't duck somebody when you're not in the same weight class. And then with him going up to 54 now, would prove that he ain't ducking the Virgil, because that's the guy that they're gonna be asking him to fight. You heard Eddie Hearn just say they told him Virgil wasn't ready for an August fight. And they sound like they was about to try to make that fight ASAP. So, and with Teofimo, like, what, fight a guy like Virgil or move to 54 to duck a 40-pounder that struggled with a guy like Sandor Martin, that's a guy that got beat by Kambosos. Like, you got to think about something, right? Boots never turned down a fight in his career. See, the thing is, what we don't consider and we don't take heed to in boxing, these dudes have choices. I know a lot of times we feel like, yo, this is an option, you should do this. But what if he want to go do the other thing? What if you want him to go left and he go right? You get it? And that's pretty much what he doing. Some people like, nah, fight Teofimo, but he like, bro, now it seemed like it's time to go up to 54. People was just complaining that he was ducking Virgil. Now that he's making a move that will move him closer to that being a reality and that being a fight again, how it once was at 47, but they didn't answer the call and they needed, what, 48 months to be ready for him? Now people got to eat their words about that ducking shit, because that fight going to be made. I'm pretty sure there's no way they could coexist in the same weight class and people don't demand that fight and they don't try to make it. And now Tio, that's a clout chaser at the end of the day. He wanted to fight Boots and Terrence Crawford, two people that he's not in the same weight class with, but his father on Punch Drunk today crying about how they don't want to fight Devin Haney right now. And not having no good excuse whatsoever. He got the floor to explain himself. They had not one good solitary reason. No money. It was bad business. No, none of that shit. They had no reason why they didn't want to fight him. But you want me to believe he want Boots, but not Devin Haney? Think logically, bro. Think about what a Boots ass whooping is. And how Devin Haney looked in his last fight. And I'm not knocking him, but just think about it. What's the more dangerous fight? You get what I'm saying? So you telling me Teofimo want the more dangerous fight and not the more winnable fight it would look like on paper? Come on, man. That shit ain't logical. He don't never move that way. You get what I'm saying? If he want us to believe he want to campaign at 47, he'd go up there. He needs to go up there fully. He need to drop the belts and move up there. Ain't they what that they saying Boots about to do? Vacate the titles and move up to the next weight class? That's what Teofimo need to do. If he's serious about fighting any welterweight, but he had an opportunity for Brian Norman. He didn't take that shit. He got asked about a fight after saying he want to fight Boots. He got asked for fighting Conor Ben at 47. You know what his response was? I'm still at 140. You got to pay attention, man. The dude be double talking. He go say whatever sound nice when that microphone come on, man. Y'all ain't learned? Yeah, he a hell of a talent, and that's how he confusing y'all, because you see the talent. You see what he capable of doing. You see the potential and all that. And you just think in your mind, he got to be serious. No, he not. He a damn troll, bro. Dude wore a PBC hat and had people thinking he signed to the PBC. Think about something. He a damn troll. For real, he a hell of a fighter, but he don't want no Boots fight. Chase him up to 54 then. You get what I'm saying? Like, that shit is nonsense, man. Y'all don't find it convenient that the people that he's calling out are the guys that's not in his weight class? And one of them was a couple weight classes away. What are we talking about? You get what I'm trying to say? That shit is idiotic, man. You got smoke on your doorstep at 140. And you got titles to say that you a legit champion there. Why not beat ass where you at? Why continue to call out guys in a weight class where you not? If his next fight ain't at 147, everybody that's talking him and Boots got to shut up, because that should tell you everything you need to know. He ain't moving there. He just calling that shit out. It's easy to call for fighting somebody that got other plans. How are y'all fooled when you clearly know that Boots Ennis is on record saying he won championships? His last fight was that, right? He won titles. Now that neither title, the other champions, the remaining two, they got fights. He don't got no immediate opportunity to get another title. So now it was a clear opportunity for him to move up. Not fight no damn Teofimo that don't got a title and ain't did shit at 47. Come on, man. Y'all telling me don't fight Brian Norman. You won't fight Conor Ben because you're still at 40. You get me, but you want only Boots. Why do you got selected picks I thought it's about wanting all the smoke, y'all. Y'all not keeping the same energy. I thought y'all like fighters that want all of the smoke. That's a guy that's picking and choosing, and it's very convenient. He's picking and choosing guys that got other shit going on. I respect Teofimo's talent inside the ring, but how he move around and do business, man, that's some clown shit. I done seen it for too many years, bro. He getting in his way. You're not fooling me. Bob Arum let y'all know a long time ago, for those that listen, he do not make his own fights. When he start getting out there doing these little press runs, talking about who he want to fight, name a time the fight happened. Name a time a fight happened when he doing what he doing right now. Show me it. Point to it in his career. Shit don't exist, man. Y'all got to stop falling for it. I know you want to believe that fighters just want to do everything and fight everybody. No, they don't. Not him anyway. He don't. That dude is playing games, and he using y'all. He using the fact that he is talented and can fight. He has accomplished it to blind y'all from the fact that he not really trying to make the moves that he telling y'all he trying to make. If I want something to do with 47-pounders, I'm going up there. Whether I get him or not, I'm going to beat somebody's ass. I'm going to make noise up there. Something. You get what? I'm not going to sit around and say, well, the only way I go up to 47 if I could just jump the line and fight Boots, the unified champion. We're in a weight class where I ain't did shit at. Come on, man. What we talking about? That's not, he know that shit is not reality, man. You know damn well Boots ain't thinking about you. Guarantee you, if Boots was talking about, fighting him, that he'd be acting like he ain't hear it, bro. That the next, or Boots better yet, if Boots said, you know what? I'm staying at 147 pounds and I'm gonna call his bluff, man. I guarantee y'all that damn fight don't happen. Guarantee you they'll make up another excuse. He want to fight Boots so bad, but he just said the reason he ain't take the Devin Haney fight was cited for personal reasons. Man, get that shit out of here. He don't want no Boots fight. He don't want no damn Boots fight. Where y'all at? What are y'all watching? Y'all not paying attention? The dude just eliminated himself from fighting anybody, saying he's sitting out for personal reasons. Then he started talking like some depression type stuff or something like that. And I ain't knocking that because that shit is real. But you telling me that's the guy that want to fight Boots? The guy that want to sit out, citing personal reasons, and that's the reason he didn't want to fight Devin Haney? First, it was the 11 million and selling his soul. Then it was they gonna rob me in Saudi. Devin Haney, his boy, they rushing the fight. You get what I'm saying? All this different stuff. Then when his father go up and do an interview today, he don't say none of the same shit that his son say. They don't even be on the same accord. Get out of here, man. Stop being fooled. He's a phenomenal fighter. Don't mistake shit that I'm saying. I'm not dogging him, but that the smoke and mirrors got to stop. That shit is a waste of our time in boxing. You got to be able to see through that. He don't want them opportunities. Bob Arum know goddamn well that ain't he don't want that. He don't even know what he want, but it ain't no Boots. It ain't no Boots. You shouldn't have no picking and choosing. You telling me fighting Brian Norman wouldn't have made sense? A guy that negotiated with Boots, you go up there, beat him and take his title, and you telling me you call for Boots next, the whole world ain't gonna get behind you and believe it? He got opportunities to facilitate these fights that he said he want just by making certain moves, but he trying to play businessman, and that never worked for him. That's what I'm telling y'all. He never sat here and said, yo, call him out, I'm fighting him, and then that fight happened. All them fights that happened, we knew them shits was coming because we knew where they was coming from. Bob Arum, he don't make his own fights. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. So all that recklessly calling people loud and I want to fight this guy and I want to fight that guy. Pay attention. He calling people out that's not immediate options for him. Boots will have to be taking time out from his career to be playing with some Teofimo. He don't got time to be playing with this guy. This is the same guy that was talking about keep the black fighters. Now when one don't want to fight him, they ducking him. Nah, I ain't got time for the circus. Boots said I got better shit to do. 54 on the way, man. And one mixtape Boots to 54. Nobody got time to be playing with no Teofimo. With respect to him, that dude is a phenomenal talent at the top of his game. But he's an asshole as a businessman, and he used platforms to play with people time. They don't be wanting this shit. They don't want to fight. How the hell you don't want to fight Devin Haney, but you want to talk shit? You and your dad. Y'all bogus. Personal reasons. Man, get your ass out of here, but you want to fight Boots. Nobody that's going through anything personally is doing anything to Boots. Telling you, your mind ain't on the game. He gonna hurt you. You want to jump up to his division, be undersized when we know arguably he could be at 54 and he gonna get in there and play with you. Man, you just seen what he did to a full-fledged welterweight and Stan Jonas, an undefeated champion. I'm not trying to hear no excuses, no nothing. Beat the fight out of him. Tio had Sandor Martin questioning if he still had it. What do you think? Boots start putting hands on him, what's going to happen? Sandor Martin able to hit him, Steve Claggett able to hit him, all these different guys. What is his name? Michioshi Nakatani I think that was his first name. All these different guys was able to Cambosos constantly get a glove on Tio, and you think Boots ain't gonna be able to hit him? Man, it punches little ass out the ring.
The Nakatani, man, he was talking about he didn't want to fight tall fighters no more. You know, I was saying after Nakatani, he was saying he didn't want no more tall fighters. And to the point about the Brian Norman thing, both of you guys over there on Top Rank, you got the WBO strap at 140. You should be able to exercise your right as a champion to move up to the next division to fight another champion. So if you feel confident enough in your ability to beat him, you take that fight. And it's not even about convincing us, the fans, that he really wants the Boots fight. But now you have something to make that fight more attractive for Boots. You got incentive now. Because the guys clearly said, all right, I want to be undisputed. So that's a route to getting that fight done. Get that WBO strap, challenge the man.
Right. Dre Smith, what it do, fam? How you feeling? Yeah. See, that's the problem, man. I mean, I know I be trying to give people a chance. Some of y'all I know be probably kids more than likely, but nothing about me is no fanboy. I support Teofimo inside the ring, his talent, not his business moves, not his, his personality. The shit that he shows us is pretty like trollish, right? Trollish, and he don't. You get what I'm saying? He don't move how he's supposed to, right? He do a lot of talking, but it be air bets. It's a lot of air in the shit that he talk because he don't really seal the deal. How long are you going to be able to sit back and call out names and not fight them? And then y'all not real boxing fans because y'all got selective energy. Y'all keep bringing up Boots, and y'all clout chasing him because you know he want to go to 54. Like we all in the know. Where is that energy for Devin Haney? Y'all Teofimo fans. Where that energy at for Devin? Huh? Why Devin Haney breathing down y'all back and y'all acting like y'all don't know what's up with him? You get what I'm saying? Y'all acting like y'all. You get what I'm saying? You made excuses. You really made a statement about having personal reasons as to why you didn't want to fight him. You got at least 3 to 4 different excuses on record as to what went on. And none of this shit is consistent. And y'all don't have no energy for him. You got somebody breathing down his back. And they hover and enter around the same division, right? That fight is a lot more makeable than Boots. So yeah, Boots is doing Teofimo and his fans a favor by not fighting him. Because he would ruin that dude. Ruin him. Yeah, if Teofimo was my favorite fighter, and I see him doing what he's doing right now, I would be calling it the same way. More so, I would be disappointed that he got a guy that can be considered like a rival, that he got history with, multiple interactions, back and forths, and they face insults. You got the history is there. The father's going back and forth. It's some disdain there. Bill always one up in your dad because he got the gift of gab. Your dad don't. I don't know what he be on. I ain't even gonna put nothing on him, but I don't know what he be on. You get what I'm saying? You got all the reason to want to fight this dude, but you don't. But you gonna clout chase a guy that you don't got a lick of history with. Make this shit make sense. But he the takeover though. He say he willing to fight any and all of these top guys. Said Devin Haney too, and then went into listing several excuses as to why he ain't fighting. Y'all not real boxing fans, bro, because y'all would call that out. Y'all, if you was real, you would say, you feel like Boots ducking him, but at the same time, you had that energy for Tio not acknowledging Devin Haney. If you gonna do that, you gotta call it consistent. Look on the other side, somebody actively seeking him out, wanting to fight him. And he don't want that shit. And he don't have I'll say this, from the excuses that he listed or the reasons, however you want to call it, none of them were consistent, and they changed from day to day, from platform to platform. Old school, what it do? Hitman Robert, what it do? Big Keith, what's good? Think Tio believes he can beat Dev. Y'all been saying that, Big Keith. It's something about his style, that movement that makes him uncertain. I don't think he's scared or ducking them, but that's not on his top list of things to do, obviously. You get what I'm saying? Who knows? He could always spin the block or turn around and they could fight. So I ain't going to say he ducking him, but I know right now he has an opportunity, or he had one, and it was him. as to why the fight didn't happen. So you can't blame Dev, who people said didn't even look good. And I keep saying this shit. So I don't know where y'all Teofimo fans come from. It's only like 3 of y'all, really, but like 20 troll accounts apiece. Tio back on this. Do I still got his stuff? I'm telling you, man. Look, I ain't trashing one time as a talent. I just don't believe him. It's too convenient. It's too consistent. I do math, man. I could add pretty well, bro. I can look at the fighters that you call out, and I can see. And once upon a time, he literally listed 3 fighters that he wanted to fight: Terrence Crawford, Tank Davis, and Boots Ennis. What do they all have in common? Not one of those fighters are in his division. And y'all don't have a problem with that. And you got a guy like Devin Haney, accomplished guy, a former undisputed champion, and Devin Haney, a legit undisputed champion. And you don't want to beat that dude. The guy that Ryan was supposed to beat but didn't because he cheated. That's not the guy you want to beat. That told you to your face you're not going to do shit. Come on, man. Y'all don't really like Tio. Y'all don't really like boxing for real, bro. What's the 40? What's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Y'all don't really. He said Teofimo more popular than Boobs. Yeah, right. That was funny. That was funny, bro. You see the numbers that Boots had did at the Wells Fargo, bro? Show me a time in Teofimo career where he did that. When you say popular, like what you mean? Like, you know, a lot of people saying his name or like, you know, putting asses in seats. Cause I know like y'all internet people, y'all see the internet a different way. That internet is not reality, bro. What Boots did when I was in attendance in that Wells Fargo, that's legit. You ever point to any one Teofimo fight where he did that? Fresh Baker, what it do, homie? And I don't want you to think I'm dissing Tio, but the facts are the facts. That's the Hulu Theater King, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he literally complained about where he fight at and how it's a small venue. But then at the same token, he showed you when he had an opportunity to fight with Matias, he didn't believe in his own star power the way y'all do, because he started talking about thresholds and if he don't sell a certain amount of tickets. And I'm like, bro, what? But I thought you was a star. I'm like, yo, nothing he says consistent. I'm surprised he got them kind of fans. I really am. But I think to be a fan of Tio that way, you got to just ignore facts on a regular occurrence. Like, you just got to go through boxing, ignoring all the facts and just listening to what he said. I'm telling you. Before got one more real life support than Tio. If you ask me, what do I know? Who's going to keep ducking Virgil? Looks like it. If he going up to 54, that's not ducking anybody. That's going towards it. You must have missed when Eddie Hearn said they told him that Virgil Ortiz wouldn't be ready for a fight with Jaron Boots Ennis in August. Said they would love that fight. And then I heard some mention of a potential bull chuck. So I don't know how solid none of that is, because Boots still got to come out and make his own announcement, which YSM let us know that he's going to be doing. I think he said Monday. So it'll be dropped. I'll be looking for that. Can't wait to hear from Boots, man. Yeah, officially make his announcement to 54. I think people gotta stop saying all this duck stuff. That's not the reality. That's not even real. Real boxing fans know better. You know what I mean? Boots is one of the real ones, man. He ain't never, and you hear from the people that work with him, he ain't never turned down no fights. He ain't never turned down no smoke with nobody. But not choosing to fight is much different.
Counts, man. They be better off taking that energy and just starting their own YouTube channels.
I'm telling you, shit, y'all, it's people that love that kind of energy towards Boots. They like, y'all beat it up. I'm like, nah, he ain't, bro. Boots a real one, man. And look, Virgil Ortiz a real one. He ain't ducking people, but I do know the statement that his team put out collectively when he was at 47 with him, and they needed 48 months to be ready to fight him. That was said by Virgil Ortiz's team. And then before that could even come to fruition, you know, his health led him to be out the division. But now it's seeing that the time is now. So if you're a real boxing fan, you are saluting Boots and is making his you know, on the cusp of making his announcement to 54 officially. Because now if you're a real boxing fan, you want to see him be able to have an official shot at fighting a Jaron Ennis, not calling him a duck when they a weight class apart. You get what I'm saying? But when they was in the same weight class and they was calling for it, how Boosie mentioned, they didn't take that fight. They wasn't talking how they wanted that. Did y'all hear Robert Garcia when he talked about a fight between them? Like, yeah, he sound he confident in his fighter, but listen closely to what he's saying. He almost admitted that this guy would be down rounds almost. Virgil could be down about 5 or 6 rounds, and he's the kind of guy that just come back. You'll have to kill him to beat him. He said something along them lines. I'm like, yeah, right. Go down 5, 6 rounds against Boots. You fucking cooked. Cooked. Ain't no coming back. Cooked.
Well, anything could happen, but I'll say this. I think that Robert probably already saw the writing was on the wall with Virgil Ortiz at 47 at the time.
Right.
It's like, yo, there's no point in trying to kill himself because you see what happened. Trying to make the fight with Stan Jones, he's been passed out twice, end up hospitalized. And then it was diagnosed with the rhabdo and all that stuff.
Right.
So I'm glad that Boots moved up too, because who the hell wants to see him in that type of situation?
You get what I'm saying?
Himself.
Right. You don't want to see that dude, pass out in the weigh in or some shit or in the ring because he ain't good. Like, you bummed out initially when you hear that he had to move up, right, without that fight happening, but you understood what needed to be done, right? He had to, like, his health. It was nothing. It was it was nothing else he could have did. So it's like, and then you start to look at the boxing side of it. Okay, Virgil Ortiz up to 54 a little sooner than you thought. That's dope. It's good matchups. And then he get right up there and get right to the smoke. He get right to it. And Boots trying to do the same thing. How are we knocking this? I don't get it. Stop calling people ducks and start respecting the fighters, man. Virgil Ortiz, no Boots, ain't no duck, bro. That's where y'all look no further. Listen to the fighters, bro. Virgil Ortiz out his mouth won't call Boots and it's no duck. Guarantee you. And he can't. I guarantee you he can't say and be telling and being truthful and get on record and say, yo, Jaron and his duck me. That'd be a lie. Again, y'all got to understand that the opportunity was there. Did he cease it in the moment? No, because he still ended up having another fight at 47, which was a unification. Why are we acting like we don't know this? And then after that, where is he? Where they talking about him going? To 54. Who did they tell him wasn't going to be ready in August? Virgil Ortiz. What y'all talking about? They already seeking people out. Like, you get when they already this guy out. Y'all think they going to duck? I'm telling you, I don't see no way in the world where they're both at 154 pounds and don't fight each other. There's no way. That is the fight, man. We missed it at 47. We damn sure ain't about to miss it at 54. And I know Boots, like YSM said, man, he gonna hurt a lot of y'all feelings, man. He be listening to he hear all that talk, bro, and it motivate him. Shout out to Kev, man, in that Cash App. Much love, bro. He said Tio be on some clown shit. Keep cooking, just much love, bro. Shout out to Kev in that Cash App. Y'all keep hitting that like button. We're going to keep building for a minute, man.
I think both of them guys probably got just a little bit too much pride. Not in a bad way, but, like a fighter's pride. I think they got too much pride, too much confidence in themselves for that fight not to happen, Virgil and Boots. And then also, it's at a point in time where both of them are going to be a lot fresher. Whereas Virgil, like you said, he had to move up sooner because he started having issues with the rhabdo. And he's only been at 54 for about a year and some change. So it's not like he's overstayed his welcome there unless he's already having trouble there. We're going to have Boots moving up. He's going to be fresh. So I think this is the perfect time. It's probably better that we're getting the fight, or potentially could get the fight now, as opposed to it happened at 47, where what's the name was on the decline due to his health, having to kill himself. And yeah, I think the time is going to be much better, man. Both guys are going to be stronger, sharper, the whole nine. Perfect time for that fight to happen.
Right. I'm telling you. That's why I say, man, I like to have real boxing conversations. I know, like, it's a part of y'all that's like, soon as y'all heard that it was a possibility that or opportunity there where Boots could have dropped his titles and went up to 54, or dropped his title or titles, however y'all look at it, right? Dropped his belt and fought Virgil. But he didn't have to do that, y'all. He got options. Like, I know, like, we feel like we pay for these fights and all of this and that, but we can't make the decisions for these fighters. They're allowed to make decisions on their own, bro. And they do what they see best for them. So what did Boots see best? not to go up to 54 because he still had hopes that I could snatch up these belts. So at least he got one more out of the deal, right? And then he said, what? Both of the remaining champions got fights. That immediately takes them off the table. So now I have to at least, at the bare minimum, sit around to a whole nother fight or take an extra fight that I don't want that's not going to be as meaningful because there's no title attached to it. And then on top of this, I got this insane 140-pounder that I won't stop clout chasing to save his life. So let me do him a favor. You know what? And I got my team and doctor saying I'm underperforming because I'm clearly at a weight class where I don't need to be no more and I need to go up. So what do? I move my ass up. And that guy Virgil that y'all was talking about, now let's talk that shit. That fight is on the table. That real boxing fans should talk like that. Now we gonna get to it. Now we get a chance to see this. Now we don't gotta worry about them being a weight class apart no more. They back in the same weight class again, and it ain't been that way since 47. That's how a real sports boxing fan should be talking, not just a Virgil Ortiz fan. Oh, he ducked Virgil. Nobody ducking Virgil. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, ain't none of y'all got no smoke for that 48 months. Can't none of y'all account for why in the hell would they need that amount of time to be ready for somebody? And then y'all think because you got the 54 first that you get to accuse him of a duck now, like we forgot about all the months that y'all said y'all needed? Hell no, we don't forget that. You get what I'm saying? Boxing don't work like that. Boots tried his best to get as many of the straps as he can. He got a couple of them, right? Cool. We know he was great, man. He had a hell of a run at 47. I can't wait to see him be healthier at 54. Could you imagine being a bit stronger and stuff like at the weight? I mean, a little more rejuvenate, any more energy. He already a damn and one mixtape player in boxing, and that's not even fair. People can't even fathom doing the shit that he be doing. Let's call this shit what it is, man. Y'all disrespect the most talented fighters in boxing. Seriously. The only thing he missing is the names. That's the only thing that's going to solidify him more from this point on is for him to keep proving it by beating people that matter. And y'all not even giving him a chance to do that because before he can even get to the division with the guy to be in the same weight class, we already like, nah, Boots is a duck. And then when he get to 54, now Virgil is a possibility. Now he's ducking Teofimo. Do you see how ignorant it is? But if he fought Teofimo, he would have been ducking Virgil. You can't make this up, man. Nah, man, that shit ain't that. It's not ducking. It's doing business. And with Jaron Ennis, I think it's doing about moving up to 54 is making the best decision for him in his career. He sacrificed as long as he could at 147 pounds. He don't got shit else to prove there. You get what I'm saying? He don't got nothing else. Them wins that he can get, title or not, at 54 is going to be just as good as anything he could do at 47. And it's going to be against a bigger guy, a more dangerous guy. Simple and plain. Y'all got to let fighters be great, man. That's it. That's all. That man tried. You see what he tried to do. Look what Earl Spence had to sacrifice just to be able to give us an undisputed fight. And think about that. And then you look at Boots and see what kind of decision he just made, man. Respect that man. I ain't trying to hear that weak ass duck shit. Duck what? Duck what? He just made a smart decision. He had a decision to imagine working your whole life to get something and you're a couple belts away. You 2 fights away, if we being honest. In fights that most of the world will have you probably the favorite in, right? Whether you win, lose, or draw, people will have you the favorite. Imagine you just getting to the point where you're like, you know what? I gave it my best. I gave it, you know, my run was good. I had a good run. I'm gonna go ahead and let these belts go and I'm going up. Get what I'm saying? Gotta respect it, man. That man just had to give up on what he'd been trying to accomplish all these years. So imagine that. Put yourself in his shoes. Stop just talking like a fan, man. That man just made a real decision, bro. And it's probably gonna benefit him and the boxing world in the long run. 147 gets to open up. It becomes more competitive, more level. 54 becomes more stacked, more dangerous, bigger fights to be made. What's the complaint about? This is some of the better news in boxing, to be all honest with you. Boots at 54. I love it. Couldn't wait for it. Go. I know he about to kick ass. And man, y'all gonna have to eat crow when he beats somebody ass up there. And you talking about he ain't gonna succeed. He's not gonna beat nobody at 54. He might as well stay at 47. That's how I know you're not a real boxing fan, because you don't know what you want. You don't know if you want to say he's ducking Virgil at 54 because he didn't go there when you thought he should or when you wanted him to. individually, or he should stay down there now that he's talking about moving up, because you know that shit is real. So now, oh, no, he can't beat nobody up. Well, the Jedi mind trick ain't gonna work. You can't tell Boots that. You damn sure can't convince Boots that he ain't gonna be able to beat nobody up there, because it sounds like that's where the hell he going. I can't wait to see him punch on some shit. I'm telling you. I'm gonna be thinking about every one of these hating ass comments. All this Boots duck this, every punch he land. Nobody that's doing and one mixtape moves in a boxing ring when it's supposed to be done on a basketball court is scared of anybody. That's not a man that's scared to fight, bro. That's what he know. That's what he do. The man literally get in there and don't have no fill out rounds. And you telling me Jaron Ennis is the guy that's scared to fight? Nah, man. The dude that'll tell you, yeah, I'm just go out there and have fun, put on a show. And really go out there and do it. Not just put on a show, but have a whole lot of fun doing it. To the point where the shit start not looking fair. Guarantee you. Imagine what he had Stan Jonas and his team thinking in the corner while Boots was dancing and playing and beating his dude ass like that. Imagine what they was thinking in the corner. Imagine what had to go through their minds for them to come to the conclusion that they're cool, that they no longer need to see another punch being thrown, that this fight need to be stopped. Imagine that. People don't got enough appreciation for ass whoopings, bro. Boots is one of them guys. Boots is one of them dudes where he beat the right ass whooping. You might not be going straight home. You probably got a hospital visit on your hands. And that's the guy that we about to diss and say, yeah, he don't want to fight. I don't think so, man. I ain't never seen nothing in Boots that would suggest he don't want to fight. I haven't seen anything in Virgil Ortiz that would suggest he don't want to fight. That dude got right to 54 and went after the smoke. Boachuk, Madrimov. You telling me that's a dude that's scared to fight anybody? Come on, man. He went right in there for the smoke. Right in there for it. So don't tell me either of these guys are scared. Nah, man. It's just a matter of time. And I think the universe and the time is aligning itself perfectly. I think Virgil Ortiz might have a little confidence because he's been up there a little longer. He obviously more established, but Boots is right there. Arguably could have been there a fight or so ago, right? So I don't think he need no training wheels. I don't think he's going to have a hard time adjusting. None of that. Like, I think he's going to be fine. I think you could put him in any length of water and he going to swim. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to take Boots. Don't need to be in no damn kiddie pool. You could put him right in the deep end with the sharks and he going to come out just fine. That's what I believe. However they move him, I'm in support of it. I think he made a great move for his career. And like I said, I'm rocking with it. I can't wait to see and one mixtape Boots up at 154 pounds. Well, let's keep rolling, man. Y'all hit that like button on this Good Friday. We're going to keep building for a second. Let me bring something else up that I wanted to talk about. Because my boy Richardson Hitchens, and yeah, I got to do today because he's a world champion now, and he's a guy that I said for years was going to be a world champion, while people kept saying he missing something, he missing this, he not that good. Walmart Devin Haney, Temu Devin Haney, all this different stuff. Well, he looked like Richardson Hitchens to me. I call him Africa. I like to call him Africa. He kicking ass, standing on business. He winning fights. He looking impressive. Since leaving Mayweather Promotions, his career been moving consistently. And you got to be happy for the man. He a world champion. He about to have his first title defense tomorrow against George Kambosos, who's a scrappy guy. He's been in there with the likes of, the Teofimos, who he upset. That Teofimo win took George Kambosos all the way to this point. You get what I'm saying? So you never know what a damn big-ass win could do for your career. But shout out to Cambosos, because he took his 5 minutes of fame and milked it. He beat Tio and got his ass beat by Devin Haney twice. You know what I mean? Max almost stopped him. It's been rough for him. Time will tell. Winner 6'6". What's good with it? That's a fact. You ride Bullchuck. Who ride Bullchuck? The team. The refs. You saying against Virgil? I mean, look, it was a really close ass fight, no doubt. I mean, I know a lot of people felt like they robbed him, but it's just a close fight. I don't think it was a robbery because I think it was too close to call it a robbery. It's one of those things where if I disagree with the judges, I would have said maybe they got it wrong. Not a robbery, but I've said the wrong man probably won. But it's one of those nip and tuck fights where no guy took it and ran from it. I think Boachuk was deceiving. And you make me want to watch that fight again, too, because I think it's the fight you're talking about. He had big moments, especially like I think he had knockdown moments, right, with Virgil. So he had them really big moments, and you know that typically don't happen with Virgil. Had his face real red. He was taking some shots, bro. So it was a real close fight. If you telling me you feel like Boachuk won, I'm not gonna tell you crazy, because it was one of those fights where it could have went either way. And it's like whatever the judges saw that night, or maybe it's a chance that the more popular guy got the home cooking or the nod or the benefit of doubt, which is known to happen in boxing. So, you know, that wouldn't be to no fault of Virgil. All he can control is how he fight. That's it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Cad, man. Back in that cash app. Appreciate the love, homie. Said, can't wait for the dials to watch Boots work. I'm with you, bro. They're gonna eat some crow that day, yo. They're gonna have to eat their words when it comes to this Boots, Cad. Trust me, bro. A talent like that is, how do you overlook that? But you get what I'm saying? Because I get to asking myself, what is it that people that don't like Boots or that's not high on him? What is it that you don't like? What is it that he can't do? Right? And they say the same thing, and I know it's like a moot point at this point because it's not true. It's been debunked. He get hit too much. He ain't gonna last at 54. All right. Well, y'all about to get that theory tested real soon. Out the cat, man. Much love, bro. Appreciate that support, homie. I'll give him one thing. Kambosos made a lot of bread since serving Tio. Yeah, his team. He got a great team behind him. Lee Jackson, what it do, homie? Boys, we probably say, the hometown guy. He probably did, bro. You get what I'm saying? And I wouldn't argue that because that's fair. It's a possibility because it was that kind of fight. And a lot of people did walk away feeling like Boachuk should have pulled it off. Because, again, he had those big moments that, in the minds of many, solidified the fight for him. And Virgil Ortiz, for the first time, didn't have his way, and that notion of not getting a knockout in a fight played in people's head too, where you used to seeing Virgil like wear his guys down and stop them and overwhelm them, and that never happened with Boachuk. So people, they felt how they felt. Who's going to take a tune-up at 51st at 54? He might get a welcome to the division fight, but it wouldn't surprise me. But I mean, I would think you would do that just on some, trying to acclimate and do things smart. But I don't think he need it. I think he can go in any shark-infested water and swim. That's what I believe, bro. He that kind of talent. Look, Virgil did get a couple warm-up fights too, though. He did get a couple warm-up fights, then he did get to the smoke. So maybe Boosie will do the same thing, or maybe he get one or two too. So who knows? But we all know it's only so many of those fights that you need to see from him before we start talking about the best matchups in the world at 54 with Jaron and his name being a part of it. So I can't wait, y'all. Can't wait. But let's keep rocking, man. Let's talk about this Hitchens. Shout out to my baby girl, the queen, Miss Just Do. This Hitchens and Cambosos coming up, man. Hitchens, Kambosos' dad hit Coach Lenny with a microphone, y'all.
That fight, you need to fight that aggressive fight.
Coach Lenny, y'all hit that like button. Let's keep building, man.
Find that kind of fight. You use Richardson being that defensive fighter as well. You've got to stick it on it. You've got to be the man with the experience in there on Saturday. You know you can box as well. You have all the ability, but you want a dogfight on Saturday. Don't you? That's what Cambosos is all about.
Maybe our plans. We'll work extremely hard in training camp and somewhat take a lead at business and run the whole fight. Have to wait and see. You know I can box. You know I can fight. You know I can dig down, do whatever it takes.
Yeah, medical LaMarcus, and I think just that mixed with moving to the division, they took their time. Remember, they got him a couple kind of shakeout fights. You see how he did those guys, blasted them up out of there, and then they put him right in there with the Sharks. So Boots might have a similar process of what I'm saying. Maybe not exactly the same, but could be similar. You know what I mean? Depending on what's available once he get there. 2 cents was good with it, bro.
He knocked down to get back up again and change the fight. I've seen it all at the highest level.
And Kambosos be confident, bro.
Like I've been saying, resume boxes. Fight the best. Beat the best. Lose to the best. It's still here. It's warrior. It's still here. Back in his favourite home ground, do it again. Trifecta on a matchroom show. Never lost in America. Never lost on a matchroom show. And like I said, proud to be here. Proud to be here with the Bella and Eddie Hearn, my father, manager, Tim Cambosos, Roche Promotions. And like I said, Hitchens, Saturday night, the talk is done now.
I believe this fight's going to be up to all the stages. I really do. I mean, Richardson is a hometown favourite, right? He's fought in front of his hometown. He's probably sick and tired here and about, stop running, fight, take the fight, bring it head on.
Yeah, nah, I gotta stop Kambosos, whoever he is. He gotta shut the hell up, bro. Show me the damn fight where Hitchens is a runner. That shit, so let me get this straight. All these slew-footed, I got cement in my shoes. I can't move. I got bricks for feet-ass fighters gonna start pushing these false narratives that all of a sudden these better pure boxers, high-level boxers are all runners because y'all can't deal with their boxing ability and their IQ. Get that shit out of here, man. What did Hitchens do in his last fight? Did he run? Somebody tell me, what did Hitchens do in his last fight? He won that title. What did he? Did he run from Paro or did he box his ass up down? He boxed. You get what I'm saying? Even Lemos, he had to bite down on the gum shield. Some people thought he lost that fight, but he bit down. He ain't run from that guy. Yeah, he had some moments where he had to get away, reset, and regather himself. Shit, Lemos was putting the heat on. But that dude ain't no runner. Miss me with that. That shit is lame. And it's all coming from these slow-footed ass fighters, man, that can't cut the ring off with y'all lazy asses. Shame on y'all, man. Shame on y'all. We not doing that. Hitchens ain't never been no damn runner. When? At what point in his career did I miss it? I had to miss it, bro. What fights is it? I had to miss it. That dude but be boxing his ass off. People don't like it. They feel like he need more tools. I feel like he is who he is. He a damn sound boxer, a high-level boxer. He got good pedigree. He a damn legit world champion. I think he going to step all over Kambosos. And I think this would be a little coming-out party for him. From there, hopefully, he get a unification. I love to see this dude unified, man. Hitchens is a real one, man. I like the skill set, man, because boxers are just not appreciated enough, man. You know what I mean? Everybody can't be a knockout artist, bro. But that kid is talented, man. He can fight. Look how many people picked Paro to beat him, and look how he beat Paro convincingly and took the confidence out of Liam Paro after a while. You seen it in his face. He stopped even believing he could win after a while with Hitchens. Corey was good with it. He is good. Fighters box with, box with two left feet, running, chasing their tails and shit, man. Get what I'm saying? This dude ain't never been a runner. That's all I'm saying, bro. He ain't no KO artist, but he a damn boxer. He got good footwork, good defense. He a defensively responsible person that know how to get out of the way and make you earn it. And that's what Kambosos and team and company is hoping, that they could lure Hitchens into a dog fight that would benefit Kambosos, because he is a scrappy dude. He'll get in there and go for it. So if you give him the kind of fight he want, it will play to his advantage to some degree. But overall, Hitchens got plenty of advantages that he's going to exploit on the night. And I think Kambosos is at one big disadvantage, and it's going to show come fight night. He's going to take an L.
Obviously that's what everybody wants to see, a good fight. And George Kambosos, we all know is a warrior. So I honestly believe,
Turkey ring smaller. He just going to make that win even better, the Butcher. Watch what I tell you.
Tio Lopez, Kambosos lived up to it. Well, I probably thought, I wish that arena was bigger and we could have got all men in there, even 20,000. Well, I think this is going to be exactly the same. And both boys have got a lot to prove, and there's a lot moving forward for both fighters. And I believe Richardson's going to bring the fight, and George's going to bring the fight, and it's going to be a battle for the ages.
Jack, Richardson, welcome. What you asked for, big homecoming, big name opponent, everything in front of you just 2 days out now. How you feeling? This team sounds very confident over there.
Everything off the jab. And real quick, as far as Turkey, man, with the making the ring smaller, that's just going to make the win better for Shakur. I think it's kind of lame. I see people saying 18 by 18 or whatever they talking about. I don't give a damn no way, bro. I think Shakur got a job to do. I think somebody said he posted about it like that shit ain't going to mean nothing. Because it ain't, bro. Like his mentality, he got a job to do. Small ring, big ring, whatever. He got to come out there and win. And I think his goal is to do any and everything he can in his ability to win. He don't care what he need to do to win. That's what he going to do. And his goal is to be smarter and better than you know, Zepeda and show separation like he been doing in his fights. I mean, it's gonna be some challenges I'm pretty sure he's gonna have to overcome, but that's boxing for you, man. Zepeda real when he should come to bring it. Try to throw that 80 to 100 punches around. Let's see what happens, man. May the best man win. But y'all know I ain't betting against the younger. Not betting against the younger. Running niggas always. I box these anvil ankle. Yeah, tell him, Cal, anvil ankle. I like that. Anvil ankle ass dudes, man.
First of all, I just want to thank God, you know, for being here, for all this action coming true, because I know the work that I'm putting in this been happening years before I was on. You know, say my grand idea of the person who think from structure back to my career, I said it over and over. My manager keep on my coach Kambosos, who is this white manager. This is what I worked for my whole life, this whole everything. I remember coming to the garden and watching Teofimo and Cambosos eat, and I looked, and I started to eat both of us. And slowly but surely, I started to get my opportunity. I'll be royalty. I'll bring the system of championship back to New York, because you know New York had a lot of big fights through the years, but New York haven't had their own since I want to say 8, 10 years to bring a championship back and compete. And you know they had somebody to be behind. And I'm glad, I'm thankful to God that I'm that guy. As far as George Kambosos, a lot of people going to say that you know when they fight you, a lot of guys game plans to go forward, hit him in the shoulder. Breaking down. That's not
what's good with it.
Fucking game plan. I think that George Kambosos at this level, because obviously he got boxing skills.
Can y'all hear this? Next gen was good with it.
Came at him as if he was just a regular guy. You know, he ran to his gate. He keeps saying I don't ever Saturday, I'm running all night long. And if he's confident in himself, they saying I'm easy work. I know for sure I'm confident in myself. I've been saying this since the baseball. I want to bet the $50,000. His dad said he got the bet, so he said, bring the money. The money's here.
Let's go, Hitchens. Turn up on them. Flex on them, Hitchens.
The money's right here. We got 50 cash. Can we shake on it again? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's shake on it. You believe in yourself. You gotta move on. Put your money on yourself. On your back.
Nah, you's a sucker. You do all that talking. Then when it's time to put your money where your mouth is, it's different, huh? You want to push them. Nah, bet that money. Don't go asking your financial advisor, do you got the money to bet? You talk big money, you're going to get stepped on. Any amount of money you bet on Hitchens, you getting beat. You getting beat tomorrow, man. Sorry, it just that ain't the guy for you. You see the guy in Devin Haney that y'all saying he's nowhere near the same level as? You're not going to feel like that when the fight is over. He going to whoop y'all ass. I'm telling you, I expect to see Hitchens thoroughly outclass him. I don't expect to see Kambosos. Kambosos be lucky if he win 2 rounds. I'm dead serious. I expect Hitchens to really thoroughly outclass him. I do. It's just he's seen better days. He's a scrappy dude. He'll fight him. He got heart and all that. But heart only gets you so far. You're going to need skills, and the skills and talent that you're going to need to possess on the night to be Hitchens, you just don't have that in your bag. You're going to get outboxed. It's a stylistic, I think, nightmare it could be for you, much how Devin Haney ended up being. Just a pure boxer, sharp as hell, really good defensively, good right hand, very sharp, razor sharp jab, good footwork and things like that. That's Hitchens. With a bit more pedigree, some will argue, because he's Olympian, so.
Put your money on already. Bet the fucking money, you pussy. Bet the fucking money, you pussy. I already put my money on the bet. Put your money on the same. Let's fight. Let's fight. We're gonna go to fight.
Look, all I know one thing about you. You've spent 6 weeks of the training camp thinking about 50K. And you know why? Because your manager negotiated a shit deal. I negotiated such a good deal that I'm taking money out of your pay-per-view, your guarantee, and bumps on seats. Look, it's not my fault.
I love this. I love Africa energy. He owned it. At the end of the day, they deflecting. They doing all that talking. I don't even know why he got a mic with that bad shirt and them tight ass pants. We ain't trying to hear that shit. We don't even know what you talking about. At the end of the day, y'all did all that barking. And y'all gonna get your asses lit up. Y'all not confident. Y'all not gonna bet no money on yourself. You told the man to bet the money. You make so much more money than him and blah, blah, blah. Then when he show and prove, y'all over here talking some other shit. Kambosos, you a buster because you got your dad with that badass shirt talking for you, bro. You need to get his ass off the camera. And Kambosos Scott, bro. Oh. He hit Coach Lenny with the mic. Hitchens said what? Oh, and he bought Coach Lenny with the mic, bro.
Let's do one now. Come on, let's get it done. We'll make it back to Australia. Let's get it done. So much rubbish, Mike. So much rubbish.
Yeah, behind the hands, he right, bro. They selling this joint.
Put your money on the fucking bets. Bet yourself. Bet yourself for all the time. Bet yourself. Get out of here. Get out of here. Come on, you want to charge me? Come on, let's go. I got boys too, bro. I got boys too. I got boys too. So what? You're like this. He's not even so fight. Fucking bomb. Skinny, right? Get it. Skinny. Get it.
Kambosos act like he want to go right now.
Get up, let's go right now. Let's have a fight.
Look, get up, let's go right now. Yeah, they kill me with that. All fighters, because you know you're not fighting outside the ring, bro. Sit your ass down. You got that all black on. It's going to be your funeral tomorrow.
How many minutes on night?
He said, I'm a 7-figure fighter. Why they always going for each other money? At the end of the day, it don't matter how much money Hitchens got or don't got. You fighting him. And he fighting you for money. He's making a bag fighting you, and he the champion. It's only so much shit you could talk. And Kambosos got exposed for not making the money that he was talking about he making. And I don't like to get into that because I don't care about their money. But for conversation purposes, he got caught fronting, man. Hitchens heard what he said, man. He got a job to do. You told him to bring the money. He brought the money. He wanted to bet. He confident that he going to kick your ass. And Kambosos talking like he's some type of gangster.
I really want to have a knock right now. I'm not here to play around. I want a real knock right now. So if he wants to have a...
I want to have a knock right now. What is that? I never heard that one before, yo. The UK slang is unmatched. He said, I want to have a knock right now. I'm not playing. I want to have a knock right now. What's that?
I really want to have a knock right now. I'm not here to play around. I want a real knock right now. So if he wants to have a crack, we have a crack. Aussie style. I'm from Sydney. Yeah, we're in New York. What do I care? You got your boys, bring your boys. We got boys too. We got boys worldwide. I got real killers that will come in a second. Don't try to play me.
Are you getting deja vu being over here?
Yes. Damn. I love it. 2-0.
Kambosos said he got killers.
Very nice. I told you, not here for talk, but don't come in my face flashing money. Like I ain't made 8 figures multiple times in the game.
You think it's jewelry is real or what?
This ain't just boxing. I reckon that's fake as well, that money. You know, you can get that fake money, that pretend stuff.
Man, that shit ain't fake. Nah, you fake. I know that man just said that energy you showing is fake. That man just said he got killers. And we talking boxing because you told the man to bring the money that he pulled out on you. You told him to bring it. You said you was going to bet him. He ain't bring it for no reason. Then he said he got fake money. Fake money is crazy. I got killers is crazy. Kambosos is wilding, bro. Kambosos is wilding. Kambosos said, I got real killers that'll come out in a second if they try to play me. If they try to play me. You want to have a knock? We can have a knock right now. You want to have a crack? We can crack. What he say? Hold on, yeah, one more time.
I really want to have a knock right now. I'm not here to play around. I want a real knock right now. So if he wants,
I want to have a real knock right now.
I really want to have a knock right now. I'm not here to play around. I want a real knock right now. So if he wants to have a crack, we have a crack. Aussie style. We're from Sydney. Yeah, we're in New York. What do I care? You got your boys, bring your boys. We got boys too. We got boys worldwide. I got real killers that will come in a second. Don't try to play me.
Are you getting deja vu being there over here?
Yes. You got real killers. I love it. 2-0 trifecta. That was respectful, very nice. I told you, not here for talk, but don't come in my face flashing money. Like I ain't made 8 figures multiple times in the game.
That money is really real.
This ain't boxing.
I knew the money don't hurt
money. You know, you can get that fake money.
They call the money fake. Fake money is crazy, nasty work, bro. Telling a man to bring money, and then when he whip out the bands on you, you sit here talking about how you made 8 figures. We don't give a damn. We wanted to see you pull that money out that you told him to bet. He ain't bring it for no reason. That man said, we got real killers to come out here in a second. You trying to play me. You want to have a knock? I want to have a real knock right now. You want to have a crack? We can have a crack. What the? I think I might have to leave that clip in there for a minute, yo. You want to have a real knock? We can have a real knock right now. Bro, having a knock is crazy, bro. He said that man had fake money. Damn, he don't like Hitchens, do he? I mean, I heard Cambosos, I immediately think Sparta. I'm telling you, art of war. Make them believe. Art of war. Make them believe. Remember that? The art of war. He said Cambosos mean he's trying to rumble right now. He said, don't run. Yeah, that's funny, but he don't run though. That's the thing. He don't run. He say don't run like Shakur. Let's have a knock right now. Nah, he ain't want to fight Shakur though. He ain't want to fight Shakur though. He ain't want to fight him. He started talking about some other shit. They don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll do a lot of stuff, but I don't think he want that because I think it's only one way that go. Just like there's only one way I think this fight gonna go tomorrow, and that's gonna not go in his favor. I think he can get cooked tomorrow. I think he's gonna get his ass beat. That's what I believe. I think Hitchens gonna take him to school. You know what I'm saying? Every way, shape, or form, and it's gonna be funny. Shakur, he can't make that statement. He can't talk like that. Yeah, he can't. You wanna have a real knock right now? Well, let's keep rolling, man. Bill Haney was searching for Tio, man. We're going to cook for a few more minutes, man. Bill Haney's a damn terror, bro.
I said I'm on my way.
Where you on your way to, Trill? What Trill?
I'm coming to Brooklyn, and I'm looking for Tio and the senior, and I'm going to see what you're scared of. And I'm walking so I don't miss nothing or nobody that you know. I'm looking for Teofimo Sr. and Jr. and whoever condoned this. I'm on my way.
Get their ass, Bill.
I'm looking for Teofimo Lopez Sr. and Jr. Well, you see, it ain't starting out good.
He told
he was from Brooklyn. So I want to see what makes a man that represents Brooklyn say
he said
that he ain't with it.
Bill is a rogue.
I'm on my way.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
You know Teofimo Lopez Jr. or Senior? They said they from Brooklyn, and I know y'all know everything. Y'all be seeing everything.
Oh no.
You don't know him?
We're just learning.
Oh my
he had
God.
on that at the last fight with Devin. He did. I know it's. Yeah, see, Teofimo?
Hey, yo, this man
don't nobody know you, even they don't know you. But I'm going to continue looking for you. I'm going back to the bridge. I done walked across the bridge. I done went to Gleason's. And listen, let's pray for Senior, because I hope he didn't jump off the bridge. Ain't nobody seen him. Stay tuned.
You walked up on them folks. He said, man, I'm looking for Teofimo, man. Y'all know him? He said, you know, I know y'all be around. Y'all seen everything. Y'all know everything. Yo, Bill is hell, man. Oh my God, man. This dude.
I'm walking up to Gleason's now. I'm walking up to Gleason's right now and get to the bottom of this shit.
This man is hell, bro. Not give Bill no time, bro.
How you doing, brother? I'm here. I'm looking for Teofimo Lopez Sr. and Jr. Anybody that's rolling with him.
I said I ain't seen him here yet.
Okay. Good morning, Queen.
I ain't
I'm looking
seen
for
him here
Teofimo
yet.
Lopez Sr.,
He said
Jr.,
yeah.
anybody that's fans of them. I'm Bill Haney, manager, trainer to the youngest undisputed champion of boxing, Devin Haney.
This man.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to give you a picture, but right now I'm on official business, man. Where's your Teofimo Lopez Jr. fans? Oh, I know him over there.
Dude trying to get a picture. He buff his head with his shirt on, trying to get a pic. Bill said, I'm on official business, man. He said, I'm going to give you a picture, but I'm on official business. Man, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to see. They know everything.
In Thailand for 3 years, he was influenced by the food and the culture.
He said they know everything.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
You know Teofimo Lopez Jr. or Sr.? They said they from Brooklyn, and I know y'all know everything. Y'all be seeing everything.
Oh no.
You don't know him?
We're just learning.
He had on that at the last fight with Devin. He did. Y'all know it's Teofimo. Don't nobody know you. Even they don't know you. But I'm gonna continue looking for you. I'm going back to the bridge. I done walked across the bridge. I done went to Gleason's. And listen, let's pray for Senior, because I hope he didn't jump off the bridge. Ain't nobody seen him. Stay tuned.
Bill is hell. Bill is hell, man. Nah, Bill is hell, bro. He going around between him rolling around. He asked the good brothers, yo, about Tio. He asked strangers between him. He's wrong as hell with them folks. Yeah, man. He just walked out. They said, nah, we just learning. Bill asked Tibetan monks about Tio. Bill Haney gotta be stopped. Dude asked for a picture. He said, nah, I'm gonna give you a picture, but I'm on official business right now. Yo, man, you can't. That shit do not make me mad. He a funny dude. He just be having fun with this shit. When people be all bent out of shape, ain't nobody get hurt. No disrespect, he just having some fun with it. But they really don't want to fight that man. He making it fun, bro. Dollar Bill is on it, man. 40 mil Bill is not playing. He say he asked Tibetan monks about Tio. What's good with it, man? Ryan messed up that bizag. Ryan messed up the bag. Ryan somewhere rehabbing his hand, bro. He can't be looking for a guy that's rehabbing his hand. Ryan ain't fighting nobody right now. You get what I'm saying? He got an injured hand. Stitches all up in his joint. Surgeries and all of that. You get me? He got surgeries and all that. Y'all hit that like button, man. We're going to keep going, man. Tio Sr., man, is a funny guy. But like I said, look, I meant to make this a live out of it, but I'll speak on it briefly, man. Teofimo, by not fighting Devin Haney, he kind of denying Devin Haney greatness. And I think that's his way of trying to get in his way. Because if you listen to him closely, he keeps saying, yo, they need us. We don't need them. Or Devin Haney need me. I don't need him. He said that. And you see the way he moving, because he knows Devin Haney's one of his paths back to the top is through Teofimo. And as long as he don't get in there and get that man an opportunity to beat him, he could kind of stagnate it. You get what I'm saying? Because just look at the landscape, right? I ain't saying Devin Haney got to be stuck on fighting Tio, obviously not. But without him fighting him right now, we don't really hear the next opponent up for Devin right now. You see what I'm saying? So Tio knows it's at a time where they could use a meaningful fight, and he just unwilling to get a fight fan something good to look forward to, which is crazy to me. And he trying to, in the process, he trying to stagnate and stop Devin Haney from getting back to where he belongs. I'm telling you right now, the path back to the top for Devin Haney was through Ryan Garcia or Teofimo Lopez, two guys that are deemed two races in the sport of boxing. Telling you right now. And one of those guys, if not both of them, obviously Ryan showed us he wasn't confident when he decided to cheat, and he intentionally did it. I'm done with his ass with that. So, and then you got Teofimo, even after seeing how Devin looked, he still don't sound confident with this moving style that he could beat that guy. So, I mean, shit is shit, and I really do. I was just joking when I first said it, but the more I thought about it, the more serious I became. He don't want that man to be great. Definitely not off the back of beating him. And like I said this time and time again, imagine talking shit for years, trolling, making wild ass statements, keep the black fighters, monkeys and bananas, blah, 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 blah. And then you get in there with one of the guys that you deemed a runner and soft and broken, and he beat you. He don't want that. So I told y'all, man, show me one of them fighters, a fighter as dangerous as Boots. Show me a time that he had an opportunity to take that kind of challenge and he did it. And you'll get all your answers from that man. Do not fall for the banana in the tailpipe. That shit is smoke and mirrors. He using the hard work of some of the best fighters in the world to clout chase off and can manipulate the boxing fans in the boxing world into thinking that he want the most dangerous fights that boxing has to offer. I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave it with this, so we ain't gotta rehash all the details. He showed y'all once before. He had a list of 4 names and chose a guy with the most losses out of all of them, and then justified the pick. So you're telling me now that he's gonna go from that kind of mentality to I want the most dangerous guy available? It doesn't make sense. It's not on par with how he's moved. You're trying to tell me he turned over a new leaf? Hell no. He cited about 3, 4, maybe even 5 different reasons why he ain't fight Devin Haney. All conspiracy type wild shit. Either being a conspiracy or just not being consistent with the excuse that he made before. It's time and time again with this dude. He only want to fight guys that's not in the same weight class. Meanwhile, don't have no excuses. Dad up there with a loss of words while Bill asking him why you don't want to fight. He just don't want to fight right now, bro. But you could beat everybody. You want to smoke with everybody. Miss the takeover. Stop clout chasing. Can't wait to Boots officially make that announcement. I'll be looking for that YSM interview Monday, man. I will be. Can't wait till you announce that move and he start getting clout chased, and then he get to go up there and punch on some of these very same fighters that they thought he was ducking or avoiding. Then it should be on 147 and Boots is gone. Trust me, that's probably in the picture, boy. It probably is, bro. You get me? One thing about Bill and Devin, say what you want, man. They're pretty good businessmen. They're smart, man. Bill did a good job navigating and learning this game, and that his son been doing a good job at winning these fights, making the most out of their opportunities. And they got to a very unique space in boxing where, you know, depending on how they look in their next fight, you know what I mean, it'll say a lot about what the future is going to hold for Devin. But like I've always said, and I'm going to keep saying it, I'm rooting for the young champ, and I hope he get back to form. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep going, man. Lastly, I'm going to touch on this Tio. Tio did this Tio did some talking. Remember, it was a lot of 47 wide open enough for grabs. He did some talking about he put the hat on with the PBC. The PBC hat on, had the world for a second for like a day or two, thinking he was signing to the PBC. I wasn't buying it because I just know he a troll, and I know he like to do shit for attention. And he's still with Top Rank and all that stuff, so I knew that wasn't happening. But I think he came out and kind of clarified some of this and let the people know that that wasn't the case. But let me get to this real quick, man. What is this nut ass dude at, man? Tio's a damn nutcase. Good fighter, but a silly man. Silly dude, y'all. Good fighter, a silly man. Let me see. Get this up. I beat Ben Polanco up next. Yeah, Polanco is nice, man. He got a good fight with Devin Shakur now. People Devin.
For Clapback Thursday, he did his thing. Always talking the facts, nothing but the facts. Gotta love it, man. Hold on, all right, I got some requests over here. Let's get it. All right.
Let's listen to Goofafimo.
Let's get it, man. I'm gonna bring everybody in here. Let's keep them going. Yo, what up with it?
When we getting that Shakur fight?
Never.
The Shakur fight, he gotta go through Cepeda, man. What you talking about?
You think he got it?
I think anybody got it, man. I mean, Shakur really Shakur know how to box fighters like that. So I'm hoping to see Shakur do a bit more combinations. But if not, then I think it could be a 50-50 fight.
What up, dog?
Shut your ass up. You got one of the most highest plus-minus ratios in all of the sport. You idiot. You can't do that shit if you're not throwing punches. Oh, you got to throw more combinations. You ain't got to do shit. You got to throw more combinations, buddy. You got to get in there with guys that actually want to fight you and stop clout chasing dudes that you'll never fight.
Oh, what up, man?
How you feel about that
When he
Keyashan
asks him about a
incident?
fight, he's you gotta get this to pay.
Well, like,
He always a businessman. Not that in cold word, I'll never fight Shakur. I don't know why you asking me about
like
him.
I said, man, prayers to them, you know, and
Keyashan
just
gonna be the
wishing.
beast.
Well, you know, I think that's what happens though when it comes to the fame. Everybody be thinking that this shit comes easy, but it's not. It's how you carry yourself, man.
I think you
Keyashan
dog
gonna
walk
run the
Keyshawn,
ring.
bro.
Yeah, man. He's still, but look, like the thing is like you gotta know how to
Dog
carry
walking
yourself in and out
Keyshawn
the
is
ring,
crazy.
right? So I think that with his time, right now they staying off the grid a little bit, but I think they waiting for all of us to forget about what happened and then possibly give him another shot at something.
Hey,
So we'll
Chimo,
see what
when you gonna
happens.
fight someone for real, dog?
I've been fighting people for real for a while, man.
You ain't
The
been
question
fighting
is, who's
nobody,
gonna be
man.
fighting?
You ain't fighting
That
nobody,
ain't
man.
true.
Come on.
Nah. Chill. Teofimo might have the best resume in that whole class with the four kings,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Y'all
He
keep
did fight
bullshitting each other.
Lomachenko. Bro, he beat the shit out of Lomachenko the right way out
Oh,
of
come
everyone.
on.
I'm tired of hearing about a win from 5 years ago, bro. Shut the hell up. This man at 140, they still keep talking about Lomachenko. That's the problem. Y'all celebrating. That only count as one win. Newsflash, bro. I know Lomachenko's a great win, and the great Vasil Lomachenko. And I know they made him seem like the best thing since sliced bread, but it only counts for one win, bro. It's still one win. And everybody just could imagine how that fight would have went had he used both arms and both hands for the whole fight. The man ain't wait till about the 7th round to throw double-digit punches, I believe it was. And then he put all those rounds together and then lost to 12. Shit got real spooky for you down the stretch, man. Stop talking about that Lomachenko win. That's the problem. Y'all think his resume gives him the right to coast and pick bullshit fights because he fought somebody that makes sense. That's weak.
I'm
And
gonna be real though, like
then he beat the shit out of Josh Taylor, bro.
I'm gonna be real. No, but like Richard Comey, I fought for the
Yes.
IBF world title
I'm gonna
in the
hit him up,
Garden.
old
I don't
money.
see him
In the
in there with
Garden, I
Shakur.
fought
I
a
don't see him
champion.
in there with Devin. I don't see him in there with the big boys because he ain't shit.
He was at
Yo, wait,
140,
Charles.
bro.
Yo, I feel like Charles is not even using his real voice though on some real shit.
Oh, I'm telling you,
He said, Judge, you're way more patient with that clientele than most of these. Yeah, called Bill. Yeah, he's an idiot. He's an idiot. But I cook him, but I still I use Tio to make an example of how I still can be consistent, even though he might deserve me to go left on him, but I still won't do it. And I'll call him out for the bullshit though, but he need a PR team. He need to stop putting his foot in his mouth. He need to keep his mouth closed a lot more and be really mindful of the shit that he said. This is why he looked at in the light that he's looked in at, despite his talent, because his ignorance overshines his talent. You get what I'm saying? That's
Timo, you
Ain't
know
no way you
about
sound like
Ducky
that,
Ducky,
Charles. And you
brother.
talking this?
Twan,
Ain't
what
no way
up?
you sound like this, man.
Timo, you's a bitch, man.
Yo, that's your voice, and you talking like this, man. Hey,
I like to
where you
see
work
you
at,
and bitch
man?
slap you around a couple times.
Everyone
That's
tough on the
cool.
internet.
Tio, can
That's
I say
cool.
something, my brother?
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
Thank you so much, Tio, for letting me speak. I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
You got a lot of haters that they're not even hardcore fans. Just like this guy right here. He doesn't know your
This guy is
resume.
talking.
He
He's
doesn't know
talking
what you
shit
have
out of his
accomplished.
ass. He
So,
don't know
Tio,
shit
I'm gonna tell
about
you this right
boxing.
now. Just one thing, Tio. Why
Yeah.
does the Ring magazine not have you in the top 10 pound for
Because
pound fighters in
Timo
the world?
ain't
I'm talking
shit.
about resume, Tio. You good, Tio. That's not right that you're not in the top 10 pound for pound.
Timo ain't shit.
Well, cause like he said, I ain't shit, man.
Man, you know what? I can't even do it, bro. I be trying some days. I be more patient. I be in the mood. Long story short, he's not signed to the PBC, as I stated, and I think people did that for the clicks. It's all good. It's part of the game at this point, but he made it clear that he don't want to fight Devin Haney. He gave all these justifications as to why. You could pick as to what reason that you could come up with as to why he actually didn't fight this man. And none of it really it's not consistent. So to me, it don't make sense. Inconsistency means shit is out of order. Most likely you lying or being dishonest about one or more things, and just is what it is. Do I want to see the man in the ring against the best guys in the weight class if he gonna campaign at 40? yeah. But if he gonna continue to move like this, then he gonna always get in his way, find himself being insignificant in the sport, and just not reach his full potential. And that's just what it is. You get what I'm saying? I did speak on this briefly, as we wrapping up, man. Abdullah Mason and team, shout out to his dad. He made the right move. They didn't prepare for De Los Santos. They wasn't supposed to take him with a fight that close out. That wasn't that talk about short notice. That's like last minute replacement. It's a different, right? So no, you prepared for Jeremiah Nakatila. You made weight. He made weight. You had a job to do. It's about sticking to the plan. They had no reason in the world why they should have deviated from what they was already doing to fight De Los Santos, to make some ignorant fans on the internet happy that probably would have been rooting against them anyway. So real ones know that this shit ain't have nothing to do with ducking, being scared, turning down opportunities. He didn't need that opportunity. He already worked and lined himself up to be number 2. That shit, he didn't need to take a risky fight with a guy that you didn't prepare for. Yeah, it's a risk involved, but it's a risk both ways. And the truth be told, I think he would have still been okay. But it's unnecessary risk at this point. He's still a young fighter. You're developing, you're moving him accordingly, you're taking care of business, and everything is going according to plan. No, I'm not going outside of my plans because I don't have to. I'm right here. And as you've seen, they patiently waited. He beat the hell out of Nakatia for 6 rounds, made him quit pretty much. They called the fight off, and now the WBO is ordering him to fight Sam Noakes for the WBO strap, the vacant strap. You got Raymond Morataya being fully elevated to the IBF champ because Lomachenko retired. You got Andy Cruz fighting this weekend. That's a title eliminator to be a mandatory for Raymond Morataya. So who knows? Maybe because Andy Cruz is on a bit of a fast track, we could possibly see him in some type of title fight sooner than what you think. I don't know. But shout out to Keyashan Davis. Can't wait to see his bounce back. But thanks to him, he helped propel, I think, Abdullah Mason's championship run just a bit faster. I think had he made weight and stuck around for a few more fights, I think Abdullah Mason would have got a few more developmental fights or a couple more building fights before they throw him in there for a title. Now that Keyashan is forfeited the title, obviously on the scale, missing the weight, fight canceled, so on and so forth, and talking about moving up to 140. That's left the door wide open for a young Abdullah Mason to become a champion up there at the weight class. And you got Shakur Stevenson. He's highly ranked in the WBC as well, but you see he's going to go after that WBO strap then. There's no telling where they go, but I'm going to say it right here, right now, right off the bat. They got the same management. I don't see him and Shakur Stevenson fighting at no fault to their own, just a conflict of interest kind of working and dealing with the same people. I think we're less likely to see it happen. Don't mean we can't, but I don't know. But in the meantime, we just going to enjoy the fights as they come. I think Shakur got a real challenge in July. Can't wait to see how he handle business out there against Zepeda. Guy that's going to be looking to push the pace, be relentless, and make the fight as tough as possible for Shakur. But you know how I know, man. The kid is going to bring the tools for the job. He's going to be smart enough, sharp enough, and great enough on the night to get the job done and keep it pushing. But shout out to everybody. Appreciate all y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all have a great weekend as well. Shout out to my dog, John BX. Appreciate all your support too, homie. And big shout out to the Queen Lisa. Always showing love, supporting the grind in a big way. And everybody that's hit the super chat, cash app, much love to y'all. Everybody hit the like button. Y'all know how we do, man. We're going to keep building. Cruz and Shakur next. We never know. You never know where you can end up, but he going the IBF route, though. That's the thing, next gen. Keep that in mind. You get what I'm saying? He fighting for an IBF eliminator to be the mandatory for Morataya. So naturally, you wouldn't see him compete for Shakur's title or fight Shakur because he'll be in line for the IBF. And that's all I be trying to point out to people when they be saying mixing and matching certain names. Yeah, it's a good fight. I would watch it any day of the week. But we got to pay attention to the route that these fighters be going and what path they choose. Like people kept saying Shakur should have fought Raymond Morataya. He was ducking him. We all know that wasn't real. He talked to Robert Garcia straight up and bet him $100,000 that he'd beat his fighter. Know what I'm saying? And all of that. We see how that went. But that wasn't an option for them. It wasn't on the table. And at the same token, Raymond Morataya was going the IBF route. Andy Cruz, same thing, IBF route. So when people start talking Shakur, WBC champion, different sanctioning body, they're pursuing different options, so you're less likely to see it. Not saying that you can't see it, because it's still in the same weight class. Ain't nothing stopping it, but you're less likely to see it because of the sanctioning body where they're highly ranked in the title that they're currently pursuing, which will more than likely be the IBF. And if you one of those young champions, bro, whether you're a Muay, a Cruz, a Mason, anybody, you want to try to solidify and win you a title. So then when you fight another champion, it's a unification. So you'll come into that fight with some championship experience as a champion, and you'll be able to take the belt from a legit champion. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how I see it, you know. Shakur versus Muay Thai next. I know, again, pay attention to the sanctioning bodies. 2 cents. Andy Cruz, this fight this weekend is for him to be in line for the IBF, the mandatory for Muay Thai. So you could probably see that first. You get what I'm saying? In a perfect world, Shakur, it's going to be hard for him to get these unifications, bro. It just is. It is. He a bad style matchup for people, and I don't give a damn. I'm just giving my opinion on what I've seen. Teams don't be as confident with the fighter that they be having that they can beat him stylistically. That's what I feel like. So they come up with all these creative ass, like they're not really creative, but all these lame ass excuses for why they shouldn't fight him. You know what I mean? All these, you name it, they say it. They make it up. So I don't think they scared of him, but stylistically, these guys match up bad. And if you had a wrong night against Shakur, it can go really bad for you. It's just that simple. It's supposed to fight in October and then in February. Jordan, that's a fact. Talk to him, bro. Shakur needs to leave Turkey. It's a payday and come to tank for just one fight. I don't think they want that fight right now. I don't think that's an option right now, boy. I don't think it's an option right now. I hear you. I hope we get to see that before they retire, but I'm not optimistic as I once was a month ago. You know what I mean? Depends on who Muay Thai wants. Right. But I also think that naturally the way things line up, you get what I'm saying? I don't think he's going to choose I'll choose Shakur. I would love to see him do it, but I would think he will fight somebody that's already, you know what I mean? And think about it. Cruz is going to have dibs on that belt. Now, unifications trump mandatories, as they always say. But it's about, do you think Bob Arum will be willing to put, say Shakur gets past Cepeda, do you think he'll be willing to put Raymond Muay Thai in there with Shakur? Like right now, as opposed to doing something different with him? That's what you got to consider. We know what the fighters would do, at least what we think they would do, or what sounds like the best fight unification-wise, but you got to pay attention to the teams and if they actually going to be interested in doing that right now. Or if they're going to get their guy like an extra fight, another bag, more experience, and then look to make a fight like that. You just never know. But we're going to see. But with that, man, that's my time for today. I appreciate everybody rocking out. Y'all know I appreciate y'all. Much love to everybody. Enjoy the rest of this Good Friday the 13th. And I should have a nice interview for y'all tomorrow at our normal time. And we're going to build one of the young up-and-coming fighters from Jersey. We're going to have some fun how we always do. So with that, man, y'all be easy. Much love to the fam. And we out. Peace.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. 4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.